Yes, we are live. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How are you? Shavone will be here in a minute. She was on, and then and now she's back. I was just gonna talk trash too. Hey, I was just speaking highly of you. Hey, girl,
I don't think you.
I was.
Okay.
So everybody, how amazing you are. Um, I was gonna say something, but I don't want to say it on camera. It made me think I'm a sucker. So I'm about to text you something real quick.
Have you started streaming to Facebook?
Yeah,
Oh, that's why it says live.
yeah. That's why I can't say what I want to say
Gotcha.
right now because I can't be no sucker. I got to represent for the bros out there.
See, that's the problem. You need to be truthful with your feelings.
I am truthful.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take off my glasses for it as long as I can, so I don't get like the glare.
Okay, that's cool.
I can't.
Once you come on here, if you're on here, comment so I can see you wipe the screen. I
That
feel like I feel like that made it worse.
yeah, wipe it with something other than your finger.
Don't try to listen.
And this is exactly why marriage is not just.
Anyway, so we're gonna talk like it's just you and me because you can say what you want to say, but I actually got facts today. What do you women call them? Receipts, right there.
Your receipts. I'm
Yeah. So let before I get to my receipts, what do you feel? What do you feel about this question? Do you feel like I feel like marriage is more beneficial to women primarily because of our last conversations and the women that I love that have been on our conversation.
right.
Um, yeah. What do you feel? Obviously, you feel different because you're one of them. So.
Wow, one of them.
Hmm.
Okay. Um.
Hello to the five people, by the way. I don't know who's on here except my boy Rick, who I'm gonna bring in because he must redeem himself. So I'm gonna bring him in shortly.
Here.
Huh?
Who's here?
You know who's here?
Did you say?
Yeah, he's here. He's here. He ain't got to work late.
Oh, look who showed up to the party.
No, I know what happened. He told me what happened. He said his boss got a call from all these women telling them to keep him at work until
Oh,
at least 9 p.m. so he couldn't get off.
just tell your friend to keep that same.
Here come Nikki talking about, oh, I'm on here. Hold on, let me
Hey,
put this hate. I want to put this hater on so everybody can see. You see that
oh my.
comment down there?
Okay, so I can see her comment.
Yeah.
Can we see anybody else's comment?
We can see anybody's comment. There's a Rick's
Oh,
comment.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see it now. I wasn't seeing
Okay.
it before.
So let's get to it. How do you feel? How do you feel about the comment? I
Right.
already know how Nikki feels. She a hater, so
She's not a hater. She's a beautiful, intelligent woman.
she
Um,
is a beautiful and intelligent woman.
so the actual question is, or the actual statement is that marriage is more beneficial for women than it is for men.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Um, I don't 100% agree with that. I feel like
Exactly.
marriage is beneficial on both sides.
What's up, Ashley? No, it is
Hey,
beneficial
Ashley,
both. I didn't say the statement is only beneficial for women.
you
The
said
statement
more.
is more beneficial for women.
Mm, I think
We
you
we know, Nikki. We know.
you have to you have to think about like in what ways exactly.
In every aspect.
I think that maybe the ways that women and men benefit from marriage might look different on the surface, but it's still pretty equal, especially in Western culture. If you go to almost, well, not almost any other country, but a lot of places in the world, marriage is not set up for the woman to be, a equal partner with her husband. She's in a lot of cultures, marriage is for the woman to serve and not like she's there to serve and bear children, take care of the home, etc. So
Oh,
I'm just saying, global
oh.
aspect,
Mhm.
marriage culturally is not the same everywhere.
Where do you live?
Benefit, and
Where
so
do you live? I'm just curious.
I understand we're talking about America. Okay.
I was just asking. Oh, don't worry, Ashley, Nikki. I'm gonna get to you.
Like you can't just we can't blanket statement everything because the way that we do things. See, now I have to put my glasses on so I can actually see these comments. Um,
See, I was gonna invite Quincy on. I can't do it now.
no, bring
I
Pastor
can't bring I can't bring Q on here.
Pastor Red.
Sharon must be home. Sharon must be home. That's okay, Quincy. You stand up. You stand up for yourself. Don't worry, brother.
But I think it's equally beneficial. And I'll give you an example. I think that
Mhm.
for women, one of the benefits to marriage is, or can be, not always is for every single person, one of the benefits can be like security. Maybe
Mhm.
it's financial, maybe it's emotional security, tying yourself into someone. I think one of the biggest benefits to men across most of the board, not going to make blanket statements, are some of the, how do I put it, handling skills that women tend to have when it comes to running children and running the household, like these life management services. That's a huge,
Okay, let me say this, and I mean this respectfully because you're my wife and I love you.
okay.
We can get a side chick to do that.
No, not everything, sir.
We have several.
You have
That's why
so you
that's
have
what
one side chick to do this and one side chick to do that. Like, is that what you're saying?
Big Phil. What up, bro? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I feel.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So I disagree. I
Okay,
feel
of course you do.
like
Nah,
I disagree because your side chicks gonna have to work together. Typically, your side chicks don't know about each other when it comes to medication. And I'll just speak just from you and me. Medications, doctor's appointments for you, me, and the kids, making sure that we have everything stocked that we need to. Typically, typically, like in our household, and maybe this is true in other households, I don't know. Women tend to know exactly what's in the house when it comes to some groceries, when it comes to like household things. Women tend to know. Like men sometimes will wait until toilet paper runs out before.
no, because we don't have to know. We got y'all.
Exactly, sir.
What I'm saying, if we didn't have you, there would be other women that we had do that.
No, sir. What I'm saying,
So,
sir,
what do you think? What do
saying,
you think we
what
were doing
I'm
when we was
saying,
17 and 18?
what I am saying, your mother did it. What I am saying
She
is
was
that
one of
you
them.
can't have 7 to 8 side chicks holding down all the facets of your life because they're gonna have to work together. Typically, your side chicks don't know about each other. Side chicks,
Hold on.
thank
Side chicks that
you. Side chicks
want
want
to
to be
be
on the
on.
side.
No, I'm not.
Because if
Okay,
I wanted to run somebody else's another
okay.
man's life that I'm not married to, boo, no.
You've been talking for 35 minutes. Okay, let me say my side. Since all
Please,
y'all women are jumping in.
please.
What I'm saying is men who get girls when you're younger, yes, you have your mom, but you can have other girls do different stuff for you. So, for instance, if you have a single guy and he has kids, of course you don't need. It's not a side chick union. Like you don't get the side chicks together and be like, "Hey, y'all, huddle up. This is what we gonna do." That's not how it goes. So I'm gonna have one girl that does this, and that's the one thing. You can get a side chick to do one thing.
To make your dental appointments.
Then
Okay.
I have no. What I'm saying is like, and this is what I'm saying. I think y'all perspective of men, like, it's not that men can't function without you. Like we had a whole life before we met you.
Okay.
We would. I'll speak for my guys. My guys were taking care of their kids before they met. But if you hear, I don't need to check on the toilet paper. You're gonna do that. Just like before Nikki and all this start jumping out, before y'all start jumping out your body, Miss Cecilia, okay? Just like how many times would you say you've been to a barbershop in your life to get Josh a haircut since we know each other? Maybe twice
That I've been to a barber shop.
with Josh. Shout out to my boy Torian who come to the crib and cut hair. But
I don't ever recall going to a barbershop
You know why you don't?
with Josh.
You know why you don't?
You take care of that.
Yes. If I wasn't around,
I agree with Nikki. Y'all can't function well without us. It'd be a little rough.
okay, if that's what you want to say. If I wasn't around, you know what you would do? You would either do it yourself or you would have your boyfriend do it or boyfriends,
I would
whatever.
absolutely take Josh to the barbershop. I have no problem with that.
Exactly. So the same thing with men. Just because we let y'all do something don't mean we can't do it. Y'all there, so you can do it. I don't have to think about toilet paper and all the other stuff because you're here and we're married, so we're not having sex. So you got to do something.
Oh, sir.
So anyway,
As Josh says, stop the cap.
all right. So let me get the state of my case. Let's break out fact number one,
Okay.
which I hate. This hurts my heart to say this, but yes,
Could you please cite your sources?
yes. Google.
No, not Google. Like, was this a study? Like, was it an article? Where'd this come from?
It was several articles.
Okay. Okay.
I function well by myself. What's not facts, Ashley? Ashley, you get ready. I'm finna call. First of all, let me shout out my boy Hennessy. What up, bro? I know you somewhere watching. I know you somewhere watching. She probably hating on you, but you somewhere watching. And shout out to my boy Andrell too. But let's take one we all know. So when we were talking a couple of weeks ago, a lot of them women, including your sister, who not here.
She's. I don't think she's here. I don't know.
Yeah, no, she not here. She not here. We know she not here. Yes, he's here. Oh, what up? What up, my bro? But so y'all like, well, if you don't like women not doing all this, you can just leave. Let's talk about that. How that's wrong. Would you agree, as a Christian? Well, let me hold on before you answer this. Let me move over. Let me move this camera over so I can show this. Do you see this cross? Hold on.
I don't see a cross, sir.
You see this holy cross behind me?
Tilt it. Yes. Now I see it.
All right, now that means you better tell the truth.
Okay.
If a man and a woman gets divorced,
Okay.
whose side is the court on when y'all walk in?
You talking about now?
Before they even hear a case? Any court in the world.
Typically,
Whose side are they on?
not every time.
That's right, Quincy. Welcome back.
Wow.
Courts are automatically in the woman's favor.
Do you know
Automatically.
Do you know why?
Why? Please fall into my trap so I can bust you in your head with this statistic. Go ahead.
Okay, no, you're right.
No. Why is that? Why is that, sister? My queen?
I'm not gonna do that.
Thank you, Quincy. The woman's side.
I said typically they're on the woman's side. I said that.
Thank you very much. Take that, Ashley and Nikki. Now, that's number one. So even if you can't say just leave, because we be miserable and dry, if you know what I mean. I know some of y'all got kids up, so I ain't gonna keep it all the way real. We walk around dry, and then when we get sick of it, we leave. We gotta give y'all half our stuff because it benefits y'all. Now let's go into marriage.
Okay.
Do you think? I'll say most men, because I know it's gonna be a few on here talking about my husband different, and then some of these dudes like me too, because they're trying to get in good. Do you think most men would get married if they didn't have to?
Do I think most men would get married if they didn't have to?
Yes. Quincy said dry and thirsty. Amen, brother.
Well, isn't
Double cup, brother.
You're so stupid.
Empty.
Isn't it the man who asked for a woman's hand in marriage?
Of course. We have to.
Oh, you mean like if they didn't feel like it was required of them?
Yeah. No.
I think a large portion wouldn't. When I say Christian men, yes.
Not even Christian men.
Why would you say not even Christian men?
I think they will wait until later in life. Yeah, yeah. All the options are gone. Ain't nothing left to do. Well,
Wow.
I'm old now. Somebody gotta be here to clean up, to change my diaper. So let me go on. Let me go on and hitch that wagon.
So what's with these facts after
But
Owen was done?
Ashley,
I mean, but that's what you basically said. After all your options were gone, that's what you basically said.
you're right. You're right. So marriage for I think because we can do everything without being married, but most women require a man to be committed to her and only her
Yes.
to get the major things that we really want, all to get married and then not give it to us anyway. And we can't do nothing because if we leave y'all like y'all say we do, we go to the court and not only am I dry and thirsty, as Quincy said, now I'm dry, thirsty, and broke. So
I,
women,
a lot of times the courts are in favor of women because for so long women didn't have rights outside of their husband. So if a woman dare leave her husband or
and how was the world working then?
a husband his wife,
Mm-hmm.
she couldn't open a bank account by herself. She didn't have access to funds.
Here she go trying to play the woman card.
No
Oh Lord, this has nothing to do with nothing.
time.
Hmm?
That's how things were for a long time. If we
Right.
go before 19, definitely I'd say 1959 and previous, because in the 60s when the women's rights movement started, that's when women were starting to one work a lot more and be head of household because there were more single women, and then they could open bank accounts in their name and get home loans. A lot before then you had to be married, you had to be with a man.
What would you say? How is society changed for the better or the worse since the 1960s? I'm just curious.
I think overall the better.
Wow, video keeps freezing. That's God.
Oh my god.
So first of all, let's make a correction. This started changing with the Vietnam War
Okay.
when they killed all the
Which
people,
which
and
was
then
when was the Vietnam War?
and she said it's time to update you. Praise God, Hennessy. Praise God, brother. I'm glad somebody in here telling the truth now. Yeah. So I just think I don't know. I just think so the whole thing with women playing their marriage at I don't know whatever age y'all do when y'all little, y'all playing y'all wedding and all that crap.
Right.
You know what we doing? Practicing pickup lines that our cousin taught us. That's the last comment he gets. See, the man can't even speak. The man can't even speak. But yeah, I just think in more way because I think for most men we can get everything that you get in marriage without being married. Would you agree with that?
He didn't. Um,
Women can't.
in
You
today,
can't. You can't have security unless you're married.
I think in today's society, anybody can get anything they want without being married. Lots of people do it.
But I think in since the history of the world, you don't need to be married to buy a house.
No, but I think that for if you're going back in history, like women couldn't do those things.
Hi, my boy Danny. What up?
Women couldn't do those things. But I think in today's society, like anybody could do anything they want without marriage. But marriage has a lot of benefits on both sides.
Yes, I said women can't have security without marriage, Ashley, and I'll say it again. Can't.
First, please explain that statement. Secondly, I'm waiting for your facts.
I just gave you my fact. I gave you 3 facts already that you agree with.
What were the facts? Run them back again.
Okay, fact number 1. The courts are in favor of women if we get divorced or a man is trapped. That's fact number 1. Okay, I only got to one fact so far, but that ain't the point. I got fact.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What do you consider security? Lies. Boo you, Ashley.
I'd like
Nikki talking about lies. Anyway,
I'd like you to
so
explain that statement.
okay, I'm gonna explain that statement. So one of the things that women want from men is security, which is why when y'all break up with them, you call them broke and they was bums and all that other kind of stuff. Is that true? That's considered a man's role.
To
Or is
provide.
every person in history bugging?
To provide.
Yes, to provide, which is
Okay.
security for a woman. A woman
Oh,
wants security. We argued about that or talked about that like the last time we
yeah.
had.
Okay. Okay.
All
But
right,
you said when they break up, you call them bums. Not if he was providing.
please. I've never heard a woman say one good thing about a man when they break up. He got a small little thing. He ain't never did nothing. He a mama's boy. All that stuff.
Okay.
He
I'll,
could have been tearing up for 30 years. But your little small thing ain't never did nothing. Y'all know how y'all do. Don't
wow.
lie.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, um, so that's one of the expectations for a man to provide. If
Okay.
a woman isn't married, you may have 4 or 5 dudes that do stuff for you because they want to, but they don't have to. They don't have to provide. A man who's married has to provide for it. Like you have to. Society expects you to. The woman expects you to. Both of y'all families expect them to. Am I
But
right?
doesn't the man expect himself to provide? One, I,
Single women
I,
are secure. There are tons of women who are breadwinners own a house prior to being married and doing just fine.
I agree with
And what they out there looking for? A man to marry them. Don't do this. Don't hit me. I'm not the one to
okay,
do this
wait.
trash independent woman stuff. Because
Wait.
I'm sorry. Let me say one thing. You know who was single and richer than all y'all? Beyonce. And what did she go get? A husband. So miss me with this. Women are single. It ain't Beyonce. And if Beyonce need a man, guess what? Bone Cretia on 63rd, she need a man too. I don't care how long she been at Walmart or
Oh
if
my
she made manager.
gosh.
That's what she need.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, not true. Also, beyond not all women are looking for a man.
Okay, so Quincy said security comes in different forms. When it I had something to say, but it kind of slipped my mind.
Okay, so let me ask you. Hold on. Beyonce didn't need Jay-Z, but she showed went and got him, didn't she? So I'm single. I'm supporting myself. If I need something done around the house, I either do it or hire somebody to do it. Right, but that's not security.
Yes, if you could define that, I think
I
that'd be
was. It's easy. Y'all trying to make this hard. Okay, check this out. So security is like. So if I hire a security guard, right?
okay.
I don't have if I need to get something off the shelf or if I feel threatened, I don't have to call nobody to come guard me. I have a security guard. I don't need to call you. If I had to call somebody to protect me, I'm not secure. Right?
I mean, I guess so. I think that like I don't know. I feel like
I'm
we're talking
saying if
about
I
different
pay a
dogs.
security guard, his job is to protect me. That's his job. Right?
Yes.
Okay. If I don't have it, how we always do, man, you do such and such, such, such. I'm gonna call my cousin and he gonna come by. My cousin may come or he may not. All right, it's called FOI. Okay, it's called FOI cards. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have
So
mercy.
you originally said that like women get married for security.
No, one of the reasons. That's not one of the only reasons. Y'all won't let me
Yeah.
get through all my reasons because
No,
y'all
no.
need me this. But that's one of the main reasons is for yeah, define. Let me. You go ahead and talk. I'm gonna go to Webster and define security. So y'all all of a sudden y'all all these highly educated queens on this
No,
line
because one,
doesn't know
one,
what
because you
security
can
means.
define security in different ways. Like when it comes to finances, it could be that. It could be like emotional security, like I said, and just like Ashley
No,
said,
no,
is
no,
that not it? Emotional security is not
no.
a thing.
See, what y'all do is y'all pick like the 3% out of 100. I've never heard a woman say, "I'm married to a doctor, but we broke up because he a punk."
Because he a
No,
punk.
because he a punk, because he doesn't make me feel physically secure. Which y'all trying to throw all these weak examples out right now. Or because he didn't go get nothing from the cabinet. You keep the punk doctor who would never protect you, but he making money. But you'll leave the broke swole dude. He could be everybody up in your block, but he can't pay no bills. You gone. We don't need a husband for money. We can smash our own bugs and call our own cousins when things get out of hand. But you don't. And then when you call your cousin, are you gonna call your cousin Tiffany or you gonna call Tyrone? Now I know we in the transgender age, and you may not know who's who. Tiffany might be Tyrone, but for the most part, you gonna call a man. See, this is the problem. This is what I feel the problem is with society. This whole independent woman thing has ruined marriages. It has ruined society because y'all
ruined
think.
is a strong word.
No, it's ruined society. If you look at any statistic, see, this stuff we don't like to talk about that men don't get to express, but I'm gonna say it because y'all don't scare me. Y'all don't call nobody Blue. You a model. You ain't gotta call nobody. All you gotta do is open your door. They lined up out there. Black excellence. But and maybe this goes back, I can't say because I can't speak for my bro, but I think this is part of what me and one of my friends were talking about when he made a comment. Is I feel like women have this need. I got married, so I will always have a date. And I want, thank you. What is a key word? Always.
Wait. Let's finish reading this.
Okay, so I got married, so I will always have a date. I wanted to have someone to do life with. My ex-husband is financially way better off than I am. And yes, I do deal with my own bugs. So can we focus on the first part? She got married so she can always have a date. Security, because he's not going nowhere. He's there. That's security. Someone who's always there. Someone who the key for it is always. That's what
right. Means. Yes, but you were alluding to that it was just financial. And so I think what we were trying to say is that it's not just financial security. Okay. And that's why Nikki said, like, there are lots of successful women who don't who are the breadwinners or whatever. Like, they're not looking for a man to provide financially. They're looking for a man to provide in another way.
So he cannot have a job. No. You see your face?
No, I never said that. I feel like you pulling stuff from left field. I never said that.
Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna invite some people because I want to know this because y'all talking. Y'all saying something that y'all don't mean, which sometimes people on here do.
Do you think we should get through all of your facts first, or maybe you should throw out another one?
Okay. I mean, I'll throw out another fact. Average man is 2.3 years older in marriage, in an American marriage. Okay.
Okay.
But women live an average of 3.5 years longer than men. Y'all, we even die first. Y'all have
and the life expectancy of a married man is longer than that of a single man.
So guys don't want a life partner who they can count on to always be with. I mean, I guess like, yeah, but it doesn't have to be one person for us. Like,
so guys aren't looking for the one.
No.
Just whichever one.
So it's like you have your main chick. So like, yeah, you have one, but you also have others that do other things that the main girl doesn't do.
So you have.
I'm not saying that men don't want companionship. I'm saying, I'll say this: I have never in my life ever, and I consider most of the men I know good men. I have never heard a man in my life say, "Well, you know what? While you out here dating all these men, we not having sex," or "I'm not talking to you," or "fixing your car when you need to until you only call me." I've never heard a man say that. You know what I have heard? A woman say, "Oh, you think you getting this good stuff and you out here with all these girls?" No, you're going to have to tie this down. You're going to have to put a ring on it. One of y'all little song y'all running around with. I ain't never heard a man.
And you know who made that song?
Yes.
Beyonce.
Beyonce. and she was rich when
And what did
she
he do?
and she was rich when she
And
made
what
it.
did he
But
do?
he married her because he had to. Did Jay-Z make that song?
No. It's
Right.
for the fourth largest ring in Hollywood.
Yes, because he has to, which goes back to my original point. Men get married because they have to.
Okay. Why don't
As
we invite
hold
some
on,
other
Jay-Z
people?
cheated on Beyonce.
He did.
Exactly.
Okay.
Why would he cheat on Beyonce?
I don't know. Why do men cheat, period?
We already discussed that. And
Yeah.
y'all won't admit it, so we'll never get to the bottom of it, of the real reason. So all I'm saying is rich Beyonce. So let's take your example. Beyonce, when she made that song, would you say she was well off financially?
Yes.
Do you think she was secure in other ways?
Probably in some.
Now, would it be safe to say Beyonce could get almost any man she wanted to?
Yeah. I
They were happy to be on the squad.
Yeah, I would say that
So
Beyonce
why does she
get
want to get married?
anybody.
Why does somebody need to put a ring on it? Because it's in y'all DNA. Y'all need to get married for the security. Because even though and I'm not saying that women exactly. Thank you, Rick. Since you like to read comments, could you read that comment that just popped up?
First of all, Amy said my ex got married to me because he wanted to have kids.
Right. That was after Rick's comment. Could you read
It
the
hurt.
comment?
It keeps
Could you read
rotating, but
the
I did see
comment
Rick's
that I
comment.
asked you to
I wanted
read?
to put Amy's out there.
Okay, I
Rick
was gonna get to
said,
her
"Why
comment.
did Halle Berry get cheated on?" That's a very interesting comment.
These are very beautiful, powerful women.
And
But
so, how does that benefit a woman in marriage?
what do you mean? How's that benefit?
But I'm
Getting
saying,
married
like
is,
she,
I'm saying getting married is the benefit.
so getting married is the benefit.
Yes, men do it because we are required to get the girl. That's I think the cheating thing is a lot of times, and we can get guessing on this because maybe I'm wrong. This is just my perspective.
Yeah, I think we need to.
A lot of times women get cheated on because they require men to do something that they don't want to do, but you tell the man this is the only way you're gonna get me is if you do this. So the man goes, okay, I'll say whatever I can to get this one thing because we're hunters, right? You agree with that, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Christian woman, since we quoting Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
We're hunters by nature. That's how God designed us. So if I know I have to lie in this dirt for 3 hours to kill this lion, that's what I'm gonna do. So if you tell me in order for me to be committed to you, then you have to do this. If I want this girl, that's what I'm gonna do. And then once I have her, I'm gonna try to do whatever I can to like. I'm just gonna say it. It's women's fault. You want to know why men cheat? Because it's women's fault.
Disagree.
95.9%
I
of
think
the
that if there's infidelity in a marriage, I think that there could be some blame to go on both parties. Every situation is different, but I can't say that.
I just want y'all to be honest about
Okay, let's have
it.
some people on here, so it's not just you and me.
The more I listen, the more I'm glad I am single. So here we go. All right, if you want to be on, put something in the comment, and then I'll send you an invite. But yes,
No,
that's it.
no, let's get Rick on here.
Are you gonna stay on subject? I don't want. We're not. I am
I'm
Rick's
trying to
lawyer. We
keep
are
us
not
from going
answering.
down different bunny trails. So yeah,
We are
absolutely.
not answering any questions that don't pertain to this week's conversation. Can you stay on this week?
Yep,
Okay.
sure can.
All right, bro. I'm about to send you I'm about to send one to your an invite to your messenger.
So, what's the benefit of marriage to a man?
I don't know
What
because
has been the benefit of marriage to you?
uh Josh.
Okay.
Josh, And give me a minute to think about that.
Hmm. Yeah, you think long and hard.
Josh, talking about get here go to Chile. You're talking about get him, Shavon.
No cheer.
I'll say this respectfully. I think we could have been in the same place if we weren't married.
I disagree.
Of course you do, because you wouldn't do that.
Let me tell you why. You absolutely right. I would not do that. But let me tell you why I disagree been that we would be in the same place. I disagree because, and I'm not trying to sound no kind of way, but we've been married 12 and a half years. It'll be 13 this year. And we have been through,
He gets a housekeeper and cook.
man, I still want a housekeeper. I'm looking for one. Um, we've been through a lot, like ups and downs. And I
Mm-hmm.
believe that God has completely carried us,
Mm-hmm.
like completely carried us in some situations beyond what we were even expecting. And I believe that God honors marriage. I don't know if those blessings and that some of that deliverance would have been the same if we were living outside of his idea of a family of marriage.
I disagree.
Really.
Look at how many pastors and Christian entertainers cheat all the time.
But
God,
God isn't sustaining the side chick. He's not sustaining that
how do
relationship.
you know? You never know the side chick story. You don't know that.
I believe that his grace and his
You
hand is
believe, of
over
course, you
marriage.
believe, but you don't know.
No, no, and you don't either, sir.
What don't I know?
You don't know what the situation is like.
What do you mean I don't know what the situation is?
You just like you told me I don't know what way that God might be sustained in the side chick house. You don't know that he's not.
I don't know that he's not, but I know the dude that's cheating is staying in their house.
Let's run this. Let's run this through.
If
So a
if
pastor is cheating on
so,
his
let me
wife.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to get sued, so I'm not gonna say no name. Let's say the famous pastor in New York.
Okay.
First of all, he cheated with a supermodel, so she had her own money, so to speak. But he was. They found out he was making pay. He was paying her rent. He was paying her mortgage. Another famous pastor that we, a black pastor that we all love, who was caught cheating on his wife multiple times. They found out when he would go to a hotel and get a room with his wife, he would get her a room in the same hotel. He was paying her bills. He was paying her mortgage. He was providing for two houses. He moved her a block and a half away from them.
Right. Okay, I get that. That's him that's the pastor continuing to that's the cheater continuing to keep his peace close. What I'm saying is that the way that God provides and the way that God has grace over somebody, I don't believe that's in a relationship between a married man and a side piece or a married woman and a side piece.
Okay, so let's talk Bible.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, I got a message from my client. Hold on.
Who? The one that's not here?
Yeah, he said he'll be in a minute. He's in the process of making a sale. Let's take David.
Okay.
So did did God not sustain or have grace on Bathsheba's life after that happened? Now they did their baby did die, but but when you read further, God doesn't like not do certain things for her. Just like us when we sin, God doesn't stop
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. I'm
providing and
not
doing
saying
work.
that
What are
that
you
God
saying?
I'm not saying that God punishes. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm not saying he like deliberately punishes the cheatee and the cheater. I'm saying in a relationship, I believe that God will have his hand in grace over the marriage. I don't believe that he is going to work his grace to salvage the cheater and the side piece. His grace works for the cheater and the spouse.
That's not. I just don't think that's biblically accurate. But that's another conversation.
So explain yourself.
No, I just don't think you can like. I'll end this way. I don't think you can't know either way
I
unless
mean,
you.
I agree. I'm not saying like I know what God is doing in
I'll just say
everybody's
that.
situation.
So Blue said a man cannot enter certain situations without his wife. Please let me know what situation a man cannot enter without his wife. But anyway, my overall point is I'm not saying marriage is a blessing. Both people benefit in a marriage. Women, I believe, just benefit more because most women look forward a lot of their lives to getting married and having certain things that they can't necessarily get from a guy outside of marriage. And I feel like most of the things that guys want, I guess, for lack of a better term,
Okay.
out of a marriage, they can get without being married. And I think that's a difference.
Okay.
So most guys I know before they got married were perfectly fine having like a girl. That's why a guy can
Were
have.
they perfectly fine though?
I'm saying a guy. How many guys you know have girlfriends and they've been boyfriend and girlfriend for like 12 years?
Okay. Yeah.
Cause we cool with that. Cause it's not like you saving sex for marriage. You not. So I'm already getting that, which is for most guys is the ultimate prize is consistent Wayne time and a consistent meal afterwards. Like you not holding that for marriage. So it's like I think by the time men get to a married point, we got everything from y'all that we already need.
Okay.
And I think women don't. Because like what somebody said is easier. Where is it? Oh, like Ashley just said, I think without commitment of marriage, it's easy to give up and walk away when trouble comes. For me, that's a woman idea. Like that's what women think about me. It's like if you want to go, it's cool. Like I'll find somebody else. Like
So I'd
and,
be
and
interested
that's
to
not me.
hear. Okay. Well, maybe let's get somebody else on while we're waiting for Rick.
I asked them to put the thing in and nobody said nothing.
Oh, okay. I'd just be interested to hear maybe another male perspective.
All right. Q, I'm gonna send you an invite too. Check your Facebook Messenger.
What's your next fact?
Oh, hold on, let me get to it. Um, Let me send this to you. Hold on. On my way back. On my way back. Okay. Facts. Let's see. Men live longer. I mean, women live longer. Certain things. Here, you read. Well, you look at this comment, and I read this. And then child support. I mean, you already know. You know what I'm saying?
Where are you?
Rick said you're almost done.
Certain things could be career wise or even emotional. I'm not saying these things couldn't be achieved, but they might be more efficient. This is just an opinion, not facts. I don't understand that. Certain
Certain
things
things.
could be career wise or not even emotional or
Are you
even
talking about for guys or for you ladies? Oh, here comes Quincy. Is Q is plugged in? Q, you there?
I'm here.
Pastor Bishop.
Go ahead. I'm gonna stay out of it. You know, Siobhan want to talk to another male, so I'm out of it. Go ahead,
What's
brother.
what? What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Blue said her comment was for men. Um, that women benefit more in marriage than men. And then the points that Dre is bringing up is that if a man didn't have to get married, he wouldn't. he only gets married because he has to, because women require that of men. If you want, if you want to play house and do all this thing together, then we have to get married. Dre thinks that men necessarily don't have to, because the things that we say that we bring to the table, he can do on his own.
So I get it. Let's start with the first question in reference to who benefits from the marriage. And again, I would say that both parties benefit based on where both, hopefully, within the marriage, you're getting your needs met in some type of way. Both parties are getting their needs met. The other part of that would be in the event that you say, well, I'm in this marriage and I don't see any benefit for me to be in this marriage, then I think that either there's some type of communication that has not taken place that should have been communicated, um, and you'll have people that will say, well, um, I don't see the benefit because of maybe they're selfish in some type of way as well. So I just think that it just it just depends on it just depends on the couple, the individual. Um, so yeah, that's just kind of my point of view on that.
So, what would you say? How do men benefit from marriage? Do you think that women benefit more? Do you think it's equal? Do you think men benefit more?
I think it's equal. I think that both parties benefit from the marriage. Definitely, in my point of view. I mean, I benefit from being married to my wife. I benefit in a lot of ways. I mean,
How? How? Can you give us an example, Quincy? How do you
so
benefit from your marriage?
benefit, my wife makes me better, right?
Ooh, I like that.
There's certain things that I know that
Hurry up, Rick. Go
I
ahead.
wouldn't otherwise want to maybe do or finish or accomplish just because of my personality and possibly just because of the way I was brought up. We talk about in our Sharon and I, we talk about our father's house. So depending on how you were raised, kind of will give you the insight on how the other spouse will react to certain things or find certain things important to them. And so it's about, how if you had a father in the house, how that father treated your mom or,
Right.
or different things like that. So I just think that all those things play an important part. But yeah, I mean, my wife makes me better from that standpoint of I know that there's certain things that
Okay, I see.
primarily
Hold on. I see.
primarily I may not have a desire to do. Um,
So she pushes you and motivates you
yeah, she does.
to
And
do
you need
things to
that. I
better
mean,
yourself.
if you don't have that person in your corner doing that for you, then yes, you need to question that marriage. You need to question that person. And marriage is a mirror. We say this as well. Marriage is a mirror. Sometimes that person is going to show you who you are, even when you don't like what they say. you know, and so for me, it's important to understand that yeah, there's some things that you may say that I don't like, but I know they're true, and vice versa as well. And so that's another benefit. I'm a truth. I, I'm gonna speak the truth. I'm gonna
Okay.
say the truth. And sometimes my truth
Dre,
doesn't
where'd
come
you go?
out the
I'm
way
writing
that
my
it
question. I'm
should.
writing my question down. I'm
Okay.
I'm gonna let Brother Quincy keep talking, but I'm gonna say this: y'all not gonna keep disrespecting me in the comments, though. I know that. Go ahead, Brother Quincy.
It's not disrespectful.
Ashley, Blue, and Nikki. I know you
These
ain't typed it, but you thinking it.
these are just facts. It's not disrespect.
No, that's really it. That's really it.
All right, I have a couple questions for the good bro. I like to cross-examine Quincy Dyer, please,
Go ahead.
if possible. Okay, so I see your list here. So, do you feel like was marriage required for Sharon to motivate you and make you a better person? Do you feel like she could have done that if you all weren't married and just in a long relationship?
That wasn't on my. I didn't think, I'm getting married because it's gonna make me better.
No, yeah, no,
You
no.
know what I'm saying? That wasn't something that was on the list.
Right. It just happened.
Right, yeah. That definitely wasn't on the list. So I just think that as a man, our main thing, and it was for me, was because I love this person, I don't want to lose this person to somebody else. Because
Thank you.
I
Because
knew that she was a good
you.
thing. I knew that she was, that person that I wanted to spend my life with.
Okay, so you asked her to marry her. You asked her to marry you because you said you didn't want to lose her. Is that right?
That's true.
So because you didn't want to lose her to anybody else. Let's
true.
put that out there.
That's
it
true.
always rises to the top. The truth always goes to the top.
Okay. That's not the end. That's not the end. Because you didn't want to lose her to somebody else.
Yes.
So was marriage a desire for you? And two, let's say that she was content, which I know she wouldn't be. She was content in just having a relationship and not getting married. Would you have married her?
So, first question, yes, marriage was a desire for me. One, because, and Dre knows this.
Yes, I remember
the life that I used to live.
Player. My boy.
You know what? Seeing as how you bring that up, I would love to ask you another question. Okay, go ahead. Finish this one.
Marriage was the healthier option for me, one, to be able to function not only mentally but also physically as well, because I know that type of lifestyle, being a player from the Himalayas, that type of lifestyle is not healthy for a man, in the aspect of you're torn in so many directions, or you haven't fully learned how to commit to something that it causes you to miss out on the bigger things in life. Does that make sense?
It makes sense to me. Dre doesn't make
Of
sense.
course, it makes sense to her. Go ahead. I'm say out of. I'm be like Kanye. I'm let you.
No, I want to hear, Dre. What's your other question? You said you had questions.
Yeah, he already answered my question. The man had no choice. He was gonna lose it if he didn't.
And that's a fact. But I don't think a man wants a woman without standards, though. So, Quincy,
but a woman who doesn't want to be married doesn't have? You see y'all attitude toward marriage. A woman who wants to be in a relationship but doesn't want to get married doesn't have standards.
Oh, okay. Then maybe that came out wrong.
That didn't come out wrong. That's how you feel.
That's not what I meant to say.
That's how you.
I'm not saying that every woman who doesn't want to get married doesn't have standards. That's not what I'm saying. I said, like, I don't feel that a man would want a woman who's like, I don't know, I don't care.
No, I'm not saying that. Okay, so let me ask you this, Quincy. Where is your wife at right now? Is she near you? Are you under duress, brother?
Just blink. Not under duress.
Blink one time, brother. If you're under duress.
He's not under duress.
Okay, all right.
Not under duress.
He is fine. Okay.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and just be as honest as you can. Did you feel what? Okay, let me ask you. What made you think you would lose her? Of course, you like what this brother got to say. So you would have married her if she was content otherwise. So if you can, I don't know if you can see Ashley's question. So I want you to answer that after my question. Now, I know how they like to do. Let's get both. Did you feel why did you feel like if you didn't ask her to marry her, if you didn't ask to marry her, that you would lose her? Why what made you feel that way?
Just because I knew that, just like all women, they have other options. And not saying I didn't have other options, but I just felt like if I allowed that time to pass, that I would miss out on my opportunity to marry this person that I still feel that was made for me. Um, and
Yeah, funeral.
I remember when you say, "Here I go." I remember when, and Dre knows this. I remember when God said, "I'm gonna give you someone that's able to swim in the same waters that you swim in." All right. And for me, I didn't understand that at first. What did that mean? Swim in the same waters. Well, I'm not a shallow person. You know, I don't hang around shallow people. You know, and so because my wife is definitely not a shallow person, um, at times, I would say that she loves deeper than I would ever love. It's certain things that I'm like, if you cut me, yeah, I'm not gonna stay around for long. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we ain't friends no more. None of that. Now I'm gonna be social with you, but I just think that you know it's taught me some things, but also I've also taught her some things as well. You know, on how it's okay to give people the peace sign and just move about and go about your business because it's about your peace. It's about sustaining yourself, your mental stability as well. So I just think that, and hopefully I answered your question. I just think that overall, for me, I didn't want to miss out on that part of it as well. So
Thank you, Q. Thank you. You helped me more than you know, brother. I
anytime.
told you. I told you. The man felt like he had to because he didn't want to lose her because a woman was not going to stick around unless you marry her.
He also said that marriage was a desire for him, and he realized that being married was a healthier way for him to live.
Because Quincy ran through half a. I ain't gonna put the man business out there. But let's just say he didn't have
Don't
too
put
many
his
more.
business in
He
these
didn't have too
streets.
many more new options left. Okay, y'all know
Do
Pastor
not put
Q.
his business
Y'all
in
know
these
Pastor Q. I
streets.
know Q with the high top fade with the part in it. High school all pro
He
basketball
he
and football.
he also said that marriage was the healthier lifestyle option for him. He
Yeah,
knew
for real.
that
That's cool. I'm not saying every single.
he knew that it was in his cards to get married, that was what something that he needed to do, and he
But
just
God
needed
told
to
him
find
that.
the person.
God told him. I knew Quincy before God spoke to him.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. But I'm saying, but the fact is, like, we can say all that, but the man said, I didn't want to. Why would a man think he would lose? I've never heard a woman say, I married him because I knew if I didn't marry him, I would lose him. Because a man will stay around forever. And then not cute, I love you. This is not a retort to you. But the man said, you asked him, what did his wife do? He said she got him basically to be better. You know who else can do that? Gary V, TD Jakes. Name a motivational speaker.
No, okay, like on the surface level, I can understand what you're saying, but I think that when you have a life partner who you have intimacy with and not just sex,
Of course.
they can
Naturally not this way. Because y'all have to go out your way to say that. Go ahead.
because intimacy is more than just sex.
Right. But we don't never be like,
I
because we
think
can
that when you
talk
have a
not just
life
about your
partner
day and your
and you
feelings.
have someone who
Okay. Mhm.
you can be your most true self with and open yourself up to. They can speak things to you to motivate you in a different way. Because when you laying in the bed at night and y'all talking and you kind of open it up, they can say things to you that really get you going.
Thank you,
And if
brother.
you love that
Since
person,
you're reading comments, could you read this next comment?
I see Is It Though by Judge. Hello, Judge.
The holy judge. He ain't
The,
just a judge. Don't play him like that. The holy judge.
the holy judge. Okay. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's not just like, oh, I don't need to get married. I got this chick to do this for me. I got this chick to do that for me. And if I need a little motivation, here's Gary V and TD Jakes. Like, I'm good. He looked like I'm bowing out of that conversation.
Blessings. No, I get it. I maybe I don't know. I feel like we almost saying the same thing, but I just like it's not an insult to say that. It's not necessarily an insult towards women, but I just think most not y'all husbands because I know they holy and they different because they got you. Amen. Most men, saved, unsaved, Muslim, atheists, if you nothing marriage doesn't really change. And since we want to go spiritual, let me dive in just a little bit. So God's original plan is for you not to have sex until you get married. Right?
Yes,
We agree.
I would agree.
So it was meant to be
Yeah.
for lack of a better term, one of the rewards or benefits of getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can we also agree, which I think we have in past conversations, that area seems to be more important for men than women? That's like a need for men consistently. And for women,
Based on our last conversations, yes, I say for a majority, no blanket statements, but
okay.
yeah.
So if I'm getting that reward before we get married, who does that benefit more? Who does marriage benefit more?
If
Because
you're
because biblically sex is like one of the highest forms of expressing love for people.
mm-hmm, like that's what it's supposed to be. Okay.
Right. So if I've already had that, which most men do, what else am I getting?
What's the point of getting married?
Yes. Because me getting married is basically a contract. Now this is maybe somewhat biblical, but more so just regular people. It's a contract. I'm betting half my stuff that I won't leave you for whatever reason. It's a contract between two people. If we're not married, even if we got kids together, I can get him to leave. You can try to get child support, but we can go our separate ways. I don't have to give you half of my 401k, none of that stuff. If we get married, now it's a legally binding thing,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is good. But what I'm saying is if the thing that we need, that men need, let's just say the most. If you give me that before we got married, then you naturally benefit more because the biggest thing that I want, you already gave me. So now most men are like, I don't have to marry you. We living together, we're having sex on a consistent basis. Like we doing, we always want to like the church calls it shacking up. Like especially we shacking up, we dating, we doing all this other stuff. Like it's usually the woman who wants to get married after that. Like the man is good because I got everything. We got a crib together. We may or may not have kids together. We having sex on probably a more consistent basis because we're not actually married. So the thing that happens to women hasn't happened yet. Like when I get paid at work, we go half on bills or whatever, whatever, whatever. Like, there's not really no. So why do you ask? Because what women usually say is, and I'm not saying that like, and let's say you're a good woman, right? You're a good one, which all of you on here are. You're a good woman. You heard Quincy say, I knew I would lose her if I didn't ask her. Because women have I'm just gonna say it because I'll talk to most of y'all on here and have heard this from most of y'all. Y'all have a time limit in your head once you figure out if you like this dude and he's husband potential, you have a sort of a sense of a cutoff. If he ain't asked you by a certain time, then it just ain't meant to be, and y'all gonna leave. And y'all gonna break up because you don't want to waste your time because there's another man who may take you serious who wants to marry you. No guy's ever said that in their life. Man, dog, if she ain't hinting that she want me to marry her, I'm out. Women do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we ask, because if you're a good woman, I want to keep you. I always tell this to like females I know, and I feel bad because it's sort of bro code. Like, men usually only do what women allow or the standard that y'all set. So if you say we not having sex, I'm still gonna try to kiss you and see if you let me. And if you let me, I'm gonna try the next thing until you tell me stop and I know you mean it. So if you tell me in order for us to be together, then you gonna have to marry me. You gotta put a ring on it. Then that's what a dude's gonna do, even if he don't want to do it. I'm gonna do it because I want you to be here. Thank you, Judge.
That's the truth there.
And not saying that marriage has been a blessing. I love you, Shavone. You have added a lot to my life, but I'm saying it's nothing that you add to my life that you couldn't have added without me saying, "Will you marry me?" You could have added all that stuff to my life. Quincy's wife could have motivated that man. He didn't have to put a ring on the phone to motivate him. She could have just motivated him and made him a better person, just by them being around.
Okay.
You asked for it, and here it comes.
Wow. Look at who it is.
Hola, people.
Good evening, sir.
What
Just
did I?
at least that's what I'm trying to teach these daughters of mine.
What am I? What did I miss out on?
Miss out on a whole lot. So where we're at right now is I was saying that I feel like marriage is more beneficial to women than men because usually men, what we want our relationship doesn't require us to be married. Like, we can have sex with a girl, have a house with a girl, may or may not have kids with a woman. All the stuff that men typically need. Have women like take care of us, help us around the house, whatever, without asking someone to marry me. Women typically do those type of things without you being married. On the other hand, women want, not the women on this line apparently, but most of the other women in the world want security, whether it's financial, physical, getting stuff out there, whatever. I don't know. But they need security and all this other stuff. And a lot of men, you can't really have security with guys unless you're married and he has to be committed to you. Because at any point, I could just be like, you ain't my wife. I'm not giving you no money.
I mean, I look at it now, like with how things is now, like people don't believe in marriage. It's a lot of people that don't get married because they can. Like, we all hear it, I can do bad by myself. You know what I'm saying? So that goes with, I mean, marriage. If I don't have to get married, I can get all these other things from pretty much you can, and it's vice versa for women. So I'll put it like this in a woman perspective. Now, Miss Shavone, sis, let's say that you had, 100,000 in the bank, because this has happened, and I'm not gonna say who it has happened to, but I'm gonna tell you it has happened. So I'll just put it into your angle. So say you not a CNA, but you a nurse. You know what I'm saying? Not one of these CNA. You got everything.
Shout out to all the CNAs out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out. No this, but I'm just saying, He made me look bad. But back to you, Miss.
You can get cussed out on the line, bro. That's all. Go ahead.
That was you
But,
that made that comment, sir.
but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Everybody go for a sin, but I guess I don't know. But back to the story though. You got 100 and some thousand.
Hold on, sir. The comments on behalf of Rick Cass do not necessarily reflect.
Those
Oh,
finding
now you're
Andrew
disowning me.
Anderson on
You're
behalf of
disowning me
Raven.
now, huh?
Let's be
Right. And so
clear.
this is the argument, Rick. So, but women can do these.
Hold on, I want to stay on task.
No. This is a comment to what they said, but women can do these comments on their own as well. We talked about this. So the example I used was Beyonce. Beyonce was rich, could get any dude she wanted to, right? But she made the song, put a ring on it, and what did she do? She got married to Jay-Z. Could she do the things on her own? She could, and she probably did. But at the end of the day, she wanted to be married.
Exactly. A lot of women want to be
married. Jay-Z ain't never made no song about put a ring on it. Ever.
And like I say, these are powerful women. Like I say, Halle Berry got cheated on. Khloe Kardashian got cheated on twice, I believe, or probably 3 or 4 times, but she got cheated on. But
Shavone, I know you've been waiting on this. I'm gonna back out. I'll be watching. I'm gonna let you and my
no, you don't have to back out, bro.
No, bro. They've been waiting on you. They've been waiting on you, bro. There's multiple people been looking for you for about 3 weeks.
Well, I'm here. How you doing?
Go ahead, finish your scenario.
But I'm just saying, so you got everything going for yourself. This is before the kids. This is before my nephew Josh and the poopies. You know what I'm saying? You got everything. So Dre, aspiring artist.
Okay.
Aspiring, like I'm saying, the beginning of the
aspiring. Yes, I'm clear on what that means.
All right. So he's not giving up his dream. He's going hard, but you're the breadwinner. Following me? Yep. How long are you gonna put up with Dr. Dre over there and his inspiration, and you're making the money? You're calling, pretty much you call the shots, because guess what? I'm living up under your roof.
Are we married or are we not?
No,
married?
you. I mean, fine. We could put it married. We could put
I'm
it.
asking. This your
script. Yeah, because this is a rated M. So we're gonna stay with that. Stay on topic. Yes, you guys are married, but you're in the beginning stages of your marriage. And so you already knew. I'm talking about y'all just got married, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But y'all probably known each other. But he's like, man, I'm going hard. I'm gonna go hard one more time on being as a rapper or a musician, whatever he wants to be. See, she laughing, Dre.
No, I'm laughing for a different reason, sir. And I'm not laughing because of that.
Yeah, all right.
But I'm
Dre. She laughing, Dre.
I'm not here.
And in a minute, I'll tell you why I'm laughing. But go ahead.
So, and remember, you the breadwinner. You got the money. I'm living up under your roof. I'm not paying nothing. How long are you gonna put up with me, or are you gonna suggest with the elbow, like, hey, maybe this is not gonna work out for you, and he tells you, hey, no, this is what I want to do. You either with me for what I'm doing, or you know what I'm saying? Because we guys, if our head is stuck on something, guess what? We're gonna stick to that, regardless of who you are or whatever. And if you don't like our dream, guess what? It's another woman who believes in my dream. But how long are you gonna deal with that?
Okay. I just want a little clarification.
That's how they get you. They say clarification. Go ahead.
There that where that lane I'm in is in the lane you in. And so I'm financially set. He's an aspiring rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And so and we are married, or I'm trying to get, or I want to get married.
No, you guys are married. I'm staying on topic. You guys are married. I just want to prove a point. See, look at the face, Dre. You're not peeping the face.
No, sir.
Look at the face.
No, sir. Why I'm laughing is because this was our life. You're not bringing up an unfamiliar scenario.
No, I'm saying, okay. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, like, you really, like, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't making 100,000, not to say that you were, I don't know, your pockets, but I'm just saying, like, you are that, you Beyonce. And Dre is Dre.
Okay. So the kind of person that I am.
We would never be together.
No.
if she was Beyonce and I was me, bro, you can't even talk. You can't even talk to a woman and let you on a certain pay scale, bro.
About?
Huh?
I will put you on. What are you talking about?
No, you would not.
Yes.
You know why? You know why you wouldn't? Because I wouldn't even be able to get to you.
Okay, so
You would never even get to know me.
scratch that. Let me address this. Let's not do the what ifs. Um, if I had more money,
Yeah,
whatever,
I'm
I
not saying you're
I
Beyonce,
don't
but
have
I'm just
an issue
saying,
with the aspiring artist thing. I don't have.
how long you gonna put up with it though?
Let, I'm speaking. I
Okay.
don't have an issue with the aspiring artist. Like, I want somebody to do what they want to do. That's my desire. And if I am the breadwinner,
Mm-hmm.
then that's how it's working out for now. What I need from you is, if you're not is he contributing financially at all?
No. Look,
Or that's a problem. Honestly, it is a problem. It's
mm.
a problem. I would be uncomfortable. I would be. I'm not saying. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it, but what I can't do is somebody who say, "Yeah, babe, I'm an artist," but you never in the studio. You always sitting around chilling with your boys. You doing this, that, and whatever.
He is in the studio.
Not ever. This is what I'm saying.
Go
What I'm
ahead.
saying. I can't be with someone who's like, "Oh, I can't do this and this and that," but I'm trying to get this thing popping.
Why? That now we getting somewhere.
No,
Why?
listen, you're not listening to me.
Go
I
ahead.
with somebody who's like, "I want to do this and this and this," but you're not making any plans and you're not making any moves to do it. That's the problem, especially if you're not contributing financially. I have no problem holding us down for a while, but what I need you to do is make moves and get there. Dre is not the person who can live off me. He's not that person.
No, I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Working towards your goals. I get it. I definitely get that. But I'm saying, out of all that what you said, you wanted some security. That's what I'm trying to get you to
I want
see.
some
You
security. I
want some.
don't want to be with somebody who doesn't want to do anything with his life.
I'm not saying he. Listen, see
Thank
now
you.
you.
I
I'm,
think saying out she wants to see you working towards your goal. Absolutely.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that he just at the house, like, jumping on the couch and say, "Yeah, he's out here doing it," but it's not happening the way and the speed that it's going. I'm
Right.
asking, and that's what the whole story is about. How long would you put up with an aspiring artist that's trying to reach his goal and he's not giving up, but you? It's okay. Let's say 3 years or 2 years. I give you 2 years. He's still on it, but he hasn't contributed financially. And you women, I'm just gonna say women, you give us that little nod. You won't say it up top, but you'll say, well, maybe, you could try this.
Right.
Now, the reason you doing that is what? Is that security? Are you gonna call him a bum? Are you start
I'm
thinking?
not gonna
Is your mind?
call him a bum. If he's out on the road every weekend doing shows and doing whatever, like digging and grinding, that's not a bum at all.
No, I'm saying like, okay, from
But
our past.
financially, does that make me feel 100% comfortable being the breadwinner? No, it's not what I envisioned in the marriage, being the only breadwinner. Is it something I would do for somebody I loved while he was trying to grind and get his dream? Yes.
But how long?
We have to see. I'm not. If you out here 20 years,
I
maybe
mean,
somebody told you
no.
the music is bad. If
But I'm just
what
putting that out there. But
what I'm saying is, I'm not the person who would just cut somebody off like, oh well, babe, it's been like 10 years and you need to let it go. Like, I don't agree with that.
okay,
But you not contributing financially doesn't mean you're not contributing in other ways.
facts.
Okay.
So if I don't need the money, I
Yeah.
need to do something else.
So let me ask you a question.
Who is you?
Shavone, Shavone, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
I, I'm gonna ask you this question on behalf of women and just what is typically the case.
Okay.
Do you think a woman will be satisfied with the roles reversed? She's a breadwinner, but every day she come home, the house is clean, kids is taken care of, dinner is cooked every night. How long do you think a typical woman will be? A typical black woman would be happy with that.
See, how you say that?
I'll say it.
All right.
Um.
I'll answer it for you.
Okay. Go
3
ahead.
days.
3 days.
And then the first time y'all get into an argument,
That's true.
you gonna say,
I don't think.
"Nigga, I know you ain't trying to tell me. I know you ain't finna throw hands.
I think
You
it's
a homemaker. Get
a
out of my face and go take out the trash or cook you a little dinner." That's
okay.
what.
So one, we're starting to get off topic.
No, we're not.
We are because we're
We're
talking
not.
benefits of marriage and marriage is being more beneficial to a woman. I feel like we're
Yeah,
talking topic.
because y'all trying to pretend like y'all don't have these expectations of men in marriage and what they need to do for y'all. So I'm asking you if a man, because y'all trying to play this like security means more than financial. It means that women don't leave doctors. They leave swole niggas with no money.
Okay.
That's what they do.
Okay.
These athletes and rappers and entertainers cheat on their girls time and time and time again. You know why they don't leave?
Because of the
Because they
money.
can go buy whatever they want. And he's probably paying. He probably bought their mom a house, and they're living in the house, and they know there's no way I can keep up with this. Even
They
if I,
they got a lifestyle.
it is going to take it months and months and months and months. Hello, lovely Ashley. Months and months and months and months before they get the money. They leave, but let Flavor Flav slap his wife once.
What is happening?
Don't. You know what I'm saying? Let the swole dude who
Okay.
she feels financially secure with, she's emotionally secure. Let him mess up. She gone. Cause I can be broke by myself. So all I'm saying is pertaining to the subject is usually women want things like security, particularly financially. You can read a self-help book and get console your emotions. You can watch the Steve Harvey movie. You can listen to what's the girl with the deep voice? What you need to do is get yourself right. Shut your mouth. What you be watching?
Don't talk about Iyanla. Okay.
Y'all, yeah, y'all can watch her all the time to do that. You
Yeah.
don't need no man for that.
Okay.
You don't need no man for that. Y'all can get all that stuff like, but you make a man marry you. Make. Yes, because he can't be with you if he don't.
Okay.
And I'm just saying that guys, the things that we want, we can and typically get before we get married, which is actually even a deeper conversation that we should probably have at some point.
Which
The whole why buy the cow if I can get the milk for free.
okay.
I already got a lifetime of gallons of milk in the fridge. What am I buy this cow for?
Ashley, hello.
Hey, love.
Come on, I'm ready for you.
She's like, you're not.
So, I tuned out for a second because Hennessy and I were just talking about, I think it was Quincy when Quincy was on.
I know Hennessy. I know how you feel, brother. He let us down, but we still love him. Come on, Quincy.
No. He was speaking some good truth. Okay.
What did Hennessy have
He
to say?
did.
He's right here. He's talking about, don't put me on that. He right here. He listening to everything's going on.
We praying for you, brother.
But the conversation that we were having was, so, you keep saying women are making men marry them. I think it is I like what Quincy said about marriage being a healthier way to live, because if God has a purpose for your life and you out here and you got, you with this chick this week, okay, she get on your nerves, you move on. Now you got to get to know somebody else is crazy because everybody's got some crazy. Then she start getting on your nerves, you got to move on to somebody else is crazy. That's a distraction to the ultimate purpose on your life. So I like what Quincy said about that. And being in marriage focuses your attention. You get to know one person's crazy. That's your one person. You know them, their ins and outs, and you stick and that's where you are. Now, whether it's in marriage or not, there are some people that are okay just being together. This my boo thing for the rest of my life. We 65 years old. This my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend. If that's the life that people are living, okay. But I still think that there has been a marriage type commitment. They may not have stood up in church and, committed before the pastor and witnessed it, but there has to be something that's keeping them there. That's still like a marriage. That's still like a commitment that this is who I'm going to be with. So what's the difference? So then what's wrong with marriage?
Can I ask you one question?
Yes.
I'm going to ask one question. And I would like Mrs. Washington, if she's still here, to answer this in the comments. Since her lovely pregnant fingers is tight.
Leave Mrs. Washington alone.
Shout out to my bro Darius, chef. Anyway, so let me ask you a question. Was Hennessy required to be in a monogamous relationship with you before y'all could get married? Could he still be? Could y'all got married if he had 3 or 4 other girls? Just yes or no would do. Yes or no would do. Thank you. Okay.
That ain't the choice he made. Okay,
yeah.
That's not the choice he made. All right. Okay, the man made a choice. Okay, he was here, and I was here.
You
and this is
brought out this
because he had to. He had to.
That's the choice he made. That's the choice he made.
It is the choice he made. So if I put a gun in your face and be like, "Give me your wallet," and I give you my wallet, yeah, it's a choice, but I had to. Well, I was gonna die.
He was smitten. He had no other choice. That was it.
Okay. So we're gonna do a version. I'm gonna have the guys on here by themselves, and we're gonna talk about what their life was like before they got married. And I want y'all to hear this and realize what was actually happening. I don't think y'all understand how most guys live before we meet you. And again, I'm not even saying that having a standard that high is wrong. I'm not saying that. I think you should, if that's what you want, you should demand that of a man. I'm not saying it's wrong. Marriage has been a blessing, but I'm saying y'all pretending like it's not a requirement, and it is. We have to get married. No husband who wants to go to bed or sleep or not have to smell his Kool-Aid before he drink it would never admit this. But if you were to ask your husband to tell the truth, ask them if they could have been in a relationship with you without marrying you, would they have done it? And nothing else about our relationship changes. Your kids, your house, all that stuff.
I don't know.
Don't answer, Hennessy. Don't worry about it. Don't answer.
Have been in a relationship with me without marriage.
Yes. Every dude would. Yes, I would. Yes.
Would you?
So if I didn't require it, you wouldn't have married me.
No. If I wasn't a Christian, I wouldn't have married you. If you didn't require it, I wouldn't have married you. We even could have been.
But that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of.
Hold on. Let me finish one thing. Since we're being real and doing our real life scenarios, Shavone, you have told me. First of all, let's talk about how I'm not going to put the people on black and your friends used to go to the mall and see who could talk to the ugly guy. But don't get on here acting like y'all been monogamous y'all whole life, women. Y'all been
Why you say monogamous? We didn't go around sleeping with people.
So y'all got virgins when y'all got married.
I didn't say that. You
okay.
No, bro, you threw that out there like, let's
at least we honest.
Go catch today.
At least y'all did. That's
we didn't sleep with these people.
Let me ask you a question. Did I grow up with y'all in Detroit? How do I know that story? Oh, because y'all told it to me.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. So all this is all I'm saying. Rick, let me ask Rick. Rick is a man.
Rick is a man.
If you could have been with Karina, but not have been married, would you have done?
Uh-oh.
Would you have still married Karina if that was not a requirement? If y'all could have just been together and nothing else changed, y'all still got your house or whatever. You still doing all the same. Nothing else changes. Would you have married Karina if she didn't require it? And remember, I know you. I grew up with you.
Nah, you know I tell the truth. Probably not. But
exactly, because no man would. Because we
So
got
no man wants to get married. That's
no,
what we're saying.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like not in essence, yes. But I'm saying like everything that we need to have that we require as men to be fulfilled, most of y'all already give that to us before we get married. So we don't need to. We just know it's part of what you do. It's part of the course of life. So it's like, oh, I know from society, from y'all family, from our moms, and you know, most of us only have moms in our ear telling us that. So it's like, you need to marry that girl. You need to lock her down. Quincy is the most godly man I know since Jesus.
Wow.
And the man said, and I quote, I had to if I wanted to keep her. Because if he didn't marry her, she was eventually going to start looking for a man who would marry her. Because that's women's requirements, most of them. And so men know I had to do that. And I'm not saying it's the only reason. There are men who are just creeps and they're going to cheat no matter what. Let me say that. But I think that's why a lot of men cheat, because they really don't want to get married. They're not ready to not. Let me explain how me and my friends grew up. You grow up as a young guy and your uncles and your cousins are all like, man, you need to sleep with as many people as you can. And I'm not saying women don't have this conversation. I'm a man. I'm not a woman, so I don't know what y'all talk about. I didn't have sisters and stuff like that. You get as many girls as you can, because once you get married, that's it. Most of them will tell you you're not going to have sex when you get married. God knows they speak in prophecy then. But besides that part, and I'm not speaking for any particular marriage on here. I'm just saying just in general. So it's like you sow your royal oats. You do all this stuff, you know, before you finally find a girl to settle down. You make sure it's all out, and you know you got to play the field and blah blah blah. So most of the people I know and my friends and all that stuff, that's how they grew up. That's the goal for men. It's like I need to sleep with as many girls as I can. It's like you can have a main girl. You treat your main girl good. Then you have your side pieces. You never mix them up. You don't ever treat a side piece like you treat your main girl. Your main girl is first. If your main girl is drowning and your side piece is drowning, you save the main girl, because she's the one that's going to be there for you and hold you down. And I think if y'all really honest, which y'all not going to be because y'all refuse to do it, especially on this chat, y'all know, most of the time y'all know y'all the main girl. And he got some other do it. But as long as the details don't get too put in your face, you don't say nothing about it. Or as long as ain't no disrespect, or you don't catch them up or whatever. But most of y'all know I got a feeling, and y'all put up with it and go back with the dude anyway. Back to the guys. So it's like you know what I'm saying? You do all that. You take care of her. Woo with the boo. Most dudes, if that could be the arrangement, they good. Like, I treat this girl a certain way. I take care of her. She's first. She's the first priority. And it's not like Monday I'm with my main girl. Tuesday I'm with the side piece. Thursday I'm with another side piece. I'm with my main girl most of the time. If we get into it, or she tripping, or she not leaving me dry in this world, then I go to other people. A guy usually goes for whatever he's missing, and women too. A lot of times when people cheat, it's like something they're missing. All I'm saying is the things that we need and we want, a ring and a ceremony and standing before God, is not required. Where I think the things that women need for them to be okay and to feel whatever, can they do on their own? They can, but at the end of the day, y'all always get married. Like always, like you get the most powerful. Someone put in the chat, I remember who it was. Halle Berry at one time was considered the most beautiful woman on earth. She got cheated on and beat like 5 times by 5 different people. So are all the dudes wrong, or is there something wrong with her? You know
She
what I'm saying?
crazy. She crazy. I mean, we all got a little bit of crazy.
No, yeah, and I'm not saying like I'm not for dudes beating women nothing like that, but what I'm saying is like I think it'll help women in future. One of my goals, like I want my daughters to see these episodes when they grow up, because I think what can help women in the future is like just admitting, like, okay, this is what it is, not these Disney movies and how it should be. This is what it is. I also want to create a platform where men can be honest to a certain degree. You're not gonna tell strangers on live while your wife's gonna right there certain things.
But that's what we go back to when we had talked before. Women don't want men to be 100% honest. You don't, because
Oh, they go
We
that little
don't
finger.
want you to
I
be
knew that finger was coming out.
disrespectful.
I'm not even disrespectful, but
No, we don't want you to
okay.
be disrespectful. I
Example,
want you to be honest. I just don't want you
example.
to be disrespectful.
So you did your hair and all this. You say, "Hey, babe, how you like my hair?" Now, what we gonna see out the top is, "Yeah, babe, I love your hair."
No,
What?
Rick, stop playing nice. Let's
I
get
know.
No,
Let's
you
be
ain't
let's
wrong,
be
listening.
clear
though.
about something.
Hold
Since
That's
you
on.
bring up
wrong.
the hair example, let's be clear. There was something I did to my hair about two
Oh my
years
God.
ago. 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And I asked Dre, what do you think about it? Essentially, what he said, in a nice way, he said, it looks kind of ghetto. That's what he told me.
Let me
So
tell
he
you why.
wasn't disrespectful. I want you to be
No, I'm
honest.
not saying disrespect, but some things that you guys don't want.
No, bro.
A
This is
man, a
my
man is
point.
never 100% honest with you, because it's if guys normally tell the brutal truth. When we with our other guys and be like, "Yo, your breath stink. You really stink. You stink like this." We can't say that to our wives. We have to say it a different way in a different format.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I think that's cool. So let me use another example, because Rick being nice tonight, I don't know, he must have had a drink or something. I don't know what's going on, Rick. Let's say we about to get it on. You pull your drawers down, and it smell like hot dog water. Now, what am I as a husband supposed to say?
Just
Dang, you know what I'm saying? Did somebody go to Maxwell's? Like,
But that's the hard part. That's the hard part about marriage, and like you supposed to be able to have those conversations. Maybe like I and I do not want this to happen, but like I would say if that ever happened, I would want my husband to say to me like, "Babe, something's not right." But you
no.
don't have to say, "Man, dog, what did happen down here?" Da, 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 da. Like you don't have to go make a
No,
running
no, no,
joke
no.
about
No,
it.
you saying that. So let's say, the hot dog fest is over, and then we talk in the morning, it's like, hey, babe, would you mind taking a bath before the next time we do this? Because,
and then you ask why.
I almost grabbed 2 pieces of bread and some mustard. Now, and you say, babe, why do you say that? Let me tell you one thing. One, this probably was the first time I got something in like 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever. I'm not gonna say nothing to make it longer, because you know what women are gonna do? Oh, okay. You think I smell like Maxwell's? Well, I tell you what, why don't you go somewhere else? It's gonna be the last time you get a hot dog in your life. That's what she's gonna say. And then it's gonna be another 6 months. So as a man, I know I'm not gonna say nothing about hot dogs, hamburgers. I'm going vegan. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna hold my breath the next time, as long as I can, and just deal with it. Because honestly, like I don't feel like women don't want to hear that.
So
Like
maybe that
last
should
time
be
y'all
a
want to talk about.
topic for another conversation. How
Okay,
honest can you
go
be?
ahead, Ashley. Go ahead, Ashley.
Well, I think that if you can't, I think part of being married is figuring out how to say things to your spouse. And I think that goes both ways. And
Right.
the other part of that is, like me, if I don't like the way that Hennessy is saying something to me, 2 things. I can check like my own feelings about that. Like
Mhm.
maybe it's a trigger for me. So I can check how I'm feeling about that. And then at the same time, maybe he can know, okay, that's a trigger for her. I'm either going to suffer the consequences, or maybe I'll say it a different way to still get my point across. I just think that comes with knowing who you are and knowing who your spouse is. So that's just, I mean, when you say that the women don't want men to be honest. We want honesty. We don't want our feelings to be hurt. And at the same time, we can also maybe check our feelings sometimes. Again,
I
that goes
agree.
both ways.
I agree.
But in
Okay.
terms of being honest, hello, I need honesty in the big things. I mean, hair and little stuff. Okay, your breast stink. I don't know. Me and Hennessy play like that. That's little stuff. But in the big things, we need honesty because that's where, infidelity can creep in or whatever. That's where the trust breaks down in a marriage
Okay.
when we're
So
not honest in the big things.
let me ask you a question. So let me get this disclaimer. Hennessy would never say this because he's a holy righteous man. Okay. So let's say y'all in a drought season. Okay. And
Mhm.
Hennessy has told you this, like, let's say week one, he's like, yo, we ain't got it cracking in a minute. You know what I'm saying? This week, I need double overtime. And you're like, okay. And then every day you're tired when you come home from work.
Mhm.
And so let's say he goes, I'm like, babe, I'm not trying to be no kind of way, but there's this lady at work who keep flirting with me. And I don't want to give in, but it's tempted because it's a desert out here. Right?
Mhm.
Honestly, how do you think you would react in the moment? Not after you woo side, because I've been watching you doing your yoga and all that kind of stuff. I know you getting your center. I know
She's
you
at
getting,
Exactly.
peace. Yes.
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Doing her chakrana. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah.
But
Mhm.
do you feel like you would feel some type of way and there would be some type of, and not that I'm expecting you to take it with a smile, but like, do you honestly think you would feel some type of way and there would be an issue in the house for a while?
I would feel some type of way because if if he brings it to me like that, I feel like that is that's trying to get a reaction. Like there's coming to me and saying this is I- okay, and maybe like you said, he already said it once. Okay, this is what I need. It's been a drought, need double overtime, whatever the case may be. But coming to me and saying, well, if I can't get it at home, basically, if I can't get it at
That's
home,
not what he said.
That's
I
not
can
what he
get it
said.
at the office.
But that's not what
That's
he
not what
said.
he said.
That's not what he said.
That's not what he said.
You
Right.
said you wanted him to be honest. He's being completely
Yes.
honest and saying it the nice way he can. There's this lady who's flirting me. I don't want to do it, but the fact that I'm always out here dry, is tempting. Can
Hmm.
we please step in the, like? I don't think he's saying like, ha ha ha. I don't need you. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like that kind of thing. So I just feel like, oh, we were talking before about it was something about the alpha male.
To want him to just come in and just
Oh,
take it.
I got you. Being
No,
vulnerable. So you're saying that's a level of
yeah.
vulnerability, right?
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
like that's a man being vulnerable and being honest and being like,
Okay.
I don't want to cheat, but like I don't know what else to do. If I'm telling you this is what I need,
Got you. I can appreciate that.
that's what
Yes, initial reaction. I'm not gonna go off, but initial reaction, I might feel some kind of way, but then I'll have to take a deep breath and realize what it is, and realize that appreciate the honesty that's coming at me, and adjust, like make the adjustment.
okay. I can deal with that. Darius says that's what a slap. Oh, that's what a woman hears though. I got you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Initially, yeah, because honestly, I think if that is the case, and maybe I can only speak for me, um,
this is facts.
if I can't show up for him, then I got some things going on. And
Yeah,
so if he's
I got
and so that's just, when he brings that to me, okay, then I gotta digress, put that to the side and make an effort to hear and make the adjustment.
yeah.
But at the foundational level, if I'm not showing up, that means I got some things going on, you
Hmm.
know?
No, I got you. So, all right, let me ask you one more question. I know we asked you a lot of questions, but I don't know other woman gonna get on here. So what if you? How long were you in my guy dating before y'all got married?
Before we got married, no, we were engaged under a year. So yeah, we were dating right at a year when we got engaged, and then like 6 or 7 months after we got engaged, we got married.
Okay,
A
Rick,
year and a half.
refresh my memory. How long were you and Karina dating before y'all got married? It
Before I
was,
got
like, it was like a couple years, right?
Yeah, it was.
It was a long time, like
It
7.
was a. Yeah, it was a long time. I didn't want to get
Get
married.
married.
You ain't got 27 man. Okay, so let me ask you this, Miss Ashley. So what if he told you, I don't being 100 with women all the times is dangerous but worth it? So what if he said, I got some issues in my past. I don't feel like I want to get married, but I love you and I want to commit to you, but I don't want to get married. How would that be okay with you? Like, how long would you do that? If he was totally honest, he was like, listen, I'm not dating nobody else. You who I want to be with, but let's say like my parents got divorced, their parents got divorced. I just got a bad, I feel like I'm cursed. And about like if he spills his soul out, how do you handle that?
That was 25-year-old Ashley, because
There you
of
go.
where we are, and it was going like, it was going good a year in. I probably would have been like, okay, well, we'll keep dating, see where this goes. Now, I don't know how long into that. I can't, for 25-year-old Ashley, I don't know how long into that I still would have been okay with that. I may have been okay with that forever. I don't know. I have a different perspective now, but yeah, I mean, it was going good. It wasn't like we had already been dating for,
Whoa.
5, 6 years. And then he was like, yeah, I don't want to be married. And I'm like, well, we just gonna do this forever?
Here comes the gallery, y'all. Shavone, what you gotta say, girl?
Why you say it like that?
No, I'll be playing.
Don't do her like that.
I know. I'm looking forward to what you gotta say. Come on.
No, you ain't. You
Hey,
lying.
yeah, me and
No,
Rick.
you ain't.
Wait,
You lying.
look at Rick. He can't wait. Go ahead.
So if I had said to you, I've had really bad experiences with sex and I'm just not doing it anymore. I love you and I'm not having sex with anybody else, like I promise. And I want to be in a committed relationship with you, but sex is a no-go. Because between sexual trauma
Cool.
or
I got 4
whatever,
more girls for that.
but my expectation is for you to be complicit and not go have sex with other people.
That's a dumb expectation.
As is Ashley, I don't know where she is on y'all screen, but that's a dumb expectation
It's not
because
a dumb expectation.
that's a need,
But no,
that's
but
a
listen,
need for
but
you.
that's what I'm saying. You're proving my point. You need to get married. You argue with me all day, and you just gave an example.
I
You
didn't
fell
say
into
that we
my
never
trap.
needed to get married. That's not what I said. I never said we didn't need
You
to.
said that's a
What
need
I
for you.
said was that I didn't think that marriage wasn't equally beneficial to both men and women. That's the question on the table. I never
Right.
said we didn't need to get married. I want to be married. I need to be married. And I knew that at a very young age.
Right, because it's more beneficial.
Not because of the
Mm-mm.
benefits. I never thought about that. I was never the girl that dreamed about her wedding. I wanted a life partner. I knew I wanted
No,
to live
Monica,
life with
no,
somebody.
Monica,
I
that's
knew I
not
wanted
crazy.
to be in a committed relationship.
Right.
I always knew I
Right.
wanted that.
Okay, let me ask you this because we seem to be. I don't want to. Okay.
Hey, Monica.
Hey, Monica. Where Frank at?
Where he at?
Isn't that the bar for Christian dating?
Move.
Yeah. So let me. Okay, Sharon.
Move.
Let me ask you this.
Go.
What are the benefits? What do you feel like the benefits are for a man to get married? Let me ask you that.
Okay. So I think it's beneficial for a man to get married. One, it's healthier for him. Lots of studies prove that married men live longer.
Okay.
Find me a stat that don't say it.
That's ridiculous. Go ahead.
But find me a stat that don't say it.
Go ahead. That's wow. Okay,
It's not ridiculous. It's true.
that's terrible. Go
Did
ahead.
you Google that?
No, they just
No, it's an actual
you
fact.
find on the back of a Chipotle
Google
bag.
that.
Let me tell you something.
Nobody
Let me
says
tell you
that.
something.
Do marry men, live longer.
If
Who's
someone
talking?
if someone that's watching can Google it and cite a source for me, that'd be great. I
Bro,
actually
I
can
got it.
because
Hefner died
thank
at
you.
I
like
put
Because
Hennessy
I'm
on
on
it.
my phone, and if I exit this thing, StreamYard is gonna kick me out completely.
But
So that's one of the things.
Let her finish with these ridiculous things, Rick. Go ahead. Let her
And
know.
cite a source for me, that'd be great. With these ridiculous things.
So one is so we can live longer. Go ahead.
Men live healthier lives when they're married. Secondly, a benefit to men is not only like how women are secure, men get security too. It's not necessarily, it's not, hey, it's not
How does that
necessarily
work?
the look. It's not necessarily financial. But maybe it is. If your woman is the breadwinner and she's making 150K, maybe that is the security for you. And
then
that's
yeah, that's security. I'll take that any day. I'm here. Yes, sir, boss. Yes, massa.
Okay, no.
my
Make
point. My
151K.
point is that I believe that men get married for security too. Security is a benefit for men as well.
When they are happily
They
married.
are.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I agree with that.
Okay, no, go ahead. So we can be healthy, and we can. What type of securities are there besides that men need? I'm curious to know this.
She still only said once. We waiting for two.
I said no. I said two, sir.
What was the two?
The first one is that men live healthier lives. They live longer. The second one was security.
With 151K, right? Wife.
Right, but I'm asking what is this security?
Other security.
We're talking about
Okay, so it could be financial. Not always. Could be.
That's a minority. Go ahead.
Right. Okay. Other things, emotional security.
What nigga you know ever said he want emotional security? Why you
He
think
might not say it, but he
may
need
not
it.
say it, but men need it.
Why you think we have
As a man,
and Drake?
as we have discussed in other discussions, men, especially black men, with how the world is, you need a place to land. You need somebody that you can unfold on, and you need a woman in your corner.
Yep.
Absolutely, that's security.
No,
sir.
as we said in other conversations, we need a place to be the king of the castle. The king don't need no emotional support. He needs you to do what
All
he
kings
asked
need
you to
emotional
do.
support. All kings need emotional support. And that's one of the things that we provide. And as you say it, a king needs a castle. What does his wife do? Help him build his castle. Your wife is the helpmate to help you build your kingdom.
This is like the argument when people say homeless people provide character.
Can
You can't keep the homeless man out of our establishment. He provides, a certain type of character. No, we don't. Go ahead, Rick. I don't know what's happening right now. These are the words. Just say y'all don't know. Just say I don't know. Because
just say that you're unwilling.
That y'all giving is terrible.
Just say that you're unwilling to agree.
Can I?
Oh,
I'm sorry,
Lord.
Rick, go ahead.
Can a guy find emotional support in a friend? Because I used to have a few girls that were friends that I would confide in. I mean, I got rid of them once I got married because my wife was very jealous. But
amen, brother.
I'm just saying, like, I can find that in another person. I don't need that in a wife. That's what we're trying to say to you. Everything that you have named, we can find. I can pay
as
for
a married woman, can I have emotional security in another man and you be okay with that?
What are you talking? That's not what. Okay, let me rephrase what I'm saying because I think women. I'm not asking you what are things that men get from women that can get from your wife. That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you what can a man get from his wife, a benefit of marriage that he can't get as a single man. Is what I'm asking.
Well, Dre, I don't really think you've answered that for women, though. Like you say that marriage is more beneficial for women, but really, like two of your facts were dealing with situations if a divorce was happening. But what are those just like you're saying, a man can whatever he can get in marriage, he can get outside of marriage. So why are you saying that that's any different for a woman?
Because what at least to me, and you all are women, so I will. If you disagree, I won't fight you. Most women that I know want monogamy. They want a single relationship because it provides security, because you know this one person is gonna do this for me, be there for me, whatever other things y'all want to say. Me and just me, and that's it. I can depend on that, whatever it is. Most men aren't gonna do that for just no reason. Like a man will pay, yeah, he can pay your bills, but he can probably pay that for a couple other people too. And if you're not married, I think as you said it earlier, like he can just decide not to do that and dip. So I think there are certain things that like marriage obligates men to do. It's not that thing. What do you mean? I think there are certain things that marriage obligates men to do that aren't otherwise obligated to do. That's all I'm saying.
So that's why it's more beneficial for women, because marriage obligates a man to do things that he wouldn't necessarily have to do. Is that what you're saying? That's why it's beneficial for women?
Yes.
More beneficial?
Yeah. That's why I feel. As opposed to, you all are pretty good at saying like, you're not going to be laying up in my house and you shack on other women. You're not going to be doing this and you got all these other girls. You're not going to be doing this if you blah 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 blah. So we know this too much to take. I sent you an invite, Daphne. I sent you an invite like 30 minutes. So feel free if you want to come on here. I ain't got no problem. That's what I'm saying. It's a difference. That's all I'm saying. Not that women that we all have, we all have an obligation to do or not do whatever. But that's cool to say. But like once you marry, there's consequences that come with that. You know what I'm saying? Like if Hennessy decide I'm sick of you, I hate yoga, I ask you to stop doing that. I'm
Leave
out.
her and her yoga alone.
I'm out.
We all need some yoga in our lives.
Shavone do yoga.
I don't do it as often as I should, but
Me neither.
It is a thing that I need. Yeah.
Yoga could be beneficial if you use it the right way. But that's another thing. So anyway, you just gonna let him leave? He can just leave you with the kids. It ain't gonna be nothing. You just gonna let him walk out the door?
Oh no, I've already told him I will stalk him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but even before you stalk him, you gonna take them in to court. Like,
I'm not gonna have to take him to court because I ain't going to wherever he go. We going.
No, yeah.
Like, hey girl, what you doing? We here too. Me and my 3 kids. Hey girl.
So I don't mean this when I say so, but you're saying it's more. I am saying that, but I don't want women. I'm not saying it as an insult. Which is another thing. He ain't on the phone. He ain't on here now, so I can go back. I think that's another thing that Rick was saying. Like, it's not an insult to say that. I just feel like it's factual.
That's just the truth.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing, or saying like the people on here necessarily don't want to be married or don't love you, nothing like that. I'm just making the argument that the things that most of us agree and have understanding of what's important to men can have that, not be married and be totally content. Where I don't feel like that's true about women. That's all I'm saying. By the fact that every time I say something about my wife doing something, us not being married, she roll her neck and say, "You right. I wouldn't do that if we weren't married."
Because I think that there are things that, and I can only speak for us, I just think that there are things that, in ways that, how can I put it? Things that I just did or whatever, I wouldn't do for someone who hasn't committed to me and hasn't committed his life to me.
So what if I told you I committed my life to you, but I didn't marry you?
That's not a commitment.
Because exactly, that's my point. every time y'all talk, y'all make my point, but then when I
Well,
Okay,
you're mad.
so
maybe you're not explaining it.
I think it's maybe part of it is social conditioning. Like I grew up, I mean, my parents are still married. That's what I know.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted for my life. Again, there are people that maybe the piece of paper does not matter to them. Them standing up in church does not matter to them. But like you said, if you tell somebody you're committing your life to them, to me, that's like marriage. To me, that's, I mean, as a man, if that's what you want, if that's what you are saying you're going to do, to me, that's like a marriage. There's no difference. We can call it whatever we're going to call it. For me, I want a marriage. I need the paper. We're going to stand up in this church and this is what we're going
So
to do. But,
here
what's
comes
the
the
difference though? I don't understand what's the difference. If you're saying for, as a man, you can just say, I'm going to commit my life to you. Well, you
okay,
married, we married then.
but you're not. Okay, so let me say, oh hey girl, don't hold
Hey,
on.
Daphne.
I'm gonna make one point for you come get me. Can I see it? That's a come get you face. All right.
Yeah, that is.
So let's use real benefits in the job. Okay. So let's say for a man, it's important for him to have dental and vision, right?
Okay.
And you say, in order for me to provide dental and vision for you, we have to get married, right? But you give me, but a week into a relationship, you like, you know what? I love you so much. I trust you. This is special. Here's dental and vision already. Why would I need to marry you and you've already given me everything that's important to me? I don't need to marry you because I already got the dental and vision. I told you it was important to me. You knew that, and you gave it to me already. So now I don't need to marry you, and I'm good. We fine, and I think that's what happens with like the things that we need. Women give us already, but it's like if I want to keep getting dental and vision, because what happens eventually, you be like, I'm not going to keep giving you dental and vision. You taking all these snaggletooth girls to the dentist to get their teeth cleaned too. I'm not doing that.
Mm.
Which you should. I'm not saying that's wrong. But that's what happens. So then guys like, all right, if I want to keep getting this Blue Cross and Blue Shield, I'm gonna get married. You know I don't want to. In order for me to keep getting what I need, I'll marry her. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The things that we need, women typically give us before we get married, so we don't need to. I don't want to bring nobody in and not have them talk. Go ahead, Mrs. Washington. Let me have it. Go ahead. I'm ready.
I feel like you're saying that we keep answering your question, but I feel like you keep only giving statements from the point of view to make you right versus from all aspects. And so making a blanket statement stating that it's more beneficial to the woman and not discussing how it's beneficial to you, what are we discussing? Because it's a benefit for both people, otherwise you won't enter into that contract. Who goes into something thinking that they won't ever reap any benefits from it? Or why do they ask, or why would you ask if you can reap all the benefits prior to?
Okay, I got
Obviously
so
you do it because you know that whatever she has to offer, you don't want to get from somewhere else. You want it from Shavon, not from anywhere else. Because if that's the case, then it would just be easy to say, just moving on.
okay. Let me ask you a question that asks everybody else, but no one has yet to be able to answer. What benefits do men get from marriage?
I don't know because I'm not a man.
So how can you say that? How can I don't?
When
So
I feel like the benefits that men get are security. They get consistency. They get amazing. Um no right now. I feel like he get the same things that I get. Because if you're saying that I get for Darius to fix stuff around the house, well, technically in our household, Darius is not Fix Felix. I would be more Fix Felix than he is. He's the chef and I'm not. So if, for people who
Same.
have generalized statements, that we kind of, me and Shavone kind of have the same thing because you and Darius both are chefs. So that is your craft. And so because of that, then what? What role do you actually play that is not general?
Serious, sir.
But that's what okay.
Okay.
So I guess what I'm saying is I feel like one, I don't feel like I'm the only man who's expressed that. There have been a couple men in the comments that agree. I would say two, the things that you all are naming are things that are important to women.
So then the question is, what would you say that is important to you to be married?
Whoa.
But my thing, I guess my thing is like my art. What I'm saying is the opposite. Like it's not. I didn't grow up thinking about like if I get married, she got to have this and this. I just know I like Shavone. So when Shavone and I first met, I was like seeing another girl, right? But I kind of started liking Shavone more. I knew because of my conversation with Shavone that wasn't gonna fly. So I had to make a decision on who I like more. We had a guy on here who said I knew. Okay, I'm gonna ask that question. I'm gonna definitely ask that question, bro. So he said I knew I would lose her if I didn't marry her. So I guess what I'm trying to say, and maybe I'm just saying
Hmm.
because I don't feel like this is a bad thing. Is what I'm saying is like most men we get married because we have to. Because so like Darius knew I don't know y'all whole story, but Darius, whenever y'all met, got to know you, y'all knew each other. He knew maybe he wasn't talking to nobody else. Most guys, when we meet somebody, most people, when y'all meet somebody at like 16, 17, 18, whatever, if you single, you talking to probably multiple people on different levels of seriousness because you're single. He liked you the best. At some point, you made it clear to him, if you want me around, I'm not gonna be like one of your girls. Like you gotta is it monogamy? Is that am I using the right word?
Yes.
Okay. We need to be in a monogamous relationship. And at that point, you're right, he has a choice. I either take the one that I like the most and try to practice monogamy, or I don't and keep all these other girls and try to find another girl that I like the most. So I'm not saying that marriage is a bad thing or women is desperate. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, can we agree that men and women typically want separate things? Men need separate things than women need. Can we agree with that? Hmm?
In a marriage.
I mean, marriage and life just in general. There are different things that are important. Like men are more visual, you know, stats wise. I'm not even gonna say that wise and walk around. Y'all know men need different things than women do.
Okay.
But I feel like when y'all argue y'all points about men's benefits, you argue points that women want. So every time y'all say something about security, so let's address this question. Darius said, and he's not the first man that's asked security in what? Like, what do you feel like men need security from in a woman? What type of security does a man need?
I feel like, go ahead. What you about to
No,
say?
no, you go ahead.
Okay. I think that when a woman says that a man wants security, it's equal. It's like I want to know that you're gonna be here just like I'm gonna be here. Because the point that you made earlier was that if you're not married or whatever, that you could just hop up and leave or whatever. And technically, I mean, the way people get divorces nowadays, you could just
Facts.
hop up and leave. It's nothing that's ever gonna hold you for anything. And so I feel like I don't know because I'm not about to put my business on air, but because me and my husband didn't have that discussion. But in the context that you're talking, then I would be the man. and he would be the woman in our in that aspect that you're speaking of, like solely based upon your conversation today. So then for me, it's like completely role reversal. That's not something that I see. So I'm speaking from my perspective of how things has transpired in our relationship.
Yeah.
So for that reason, because it is different, I'm saying how many other people out there are there like that, or if that's because based upon your experience or those that you have associated with.
No, I got you. So I'll say a couple things. One, I would like to say in my defense, I've tried to state several times, like not obviously it's not everybody. I can't blanket everybody. But one of our original conversation a couple weeks ago was like, well, I won't say that. I'll say majority of the men that are in my circle that I see on the internet that I think most of the time we see in the world that this is kind of true. And I know like it's uncomfortable and it may not be like super cool to say. I'm just saying like honest conversations. Like we'll have honest conversations about how men drop the ball. And I'm not even saying
Mm-hmm.
women drop the ball. I just feel like there's a lot of times that men like we can't say things like this because women get defensive. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I still don't feel like that question's been answered correctly by
Well,
any woman on the panel of
okay.
what like men don't need security from women. That's the one thing we don't need. Now y'all can argue a whole bunch of other stuff.
So
I don't.
what would you say that men need from women? Because right now the only thing that you said that men need from women is sex,
No,
and
but
then you kind of
no,
said that they don't need that from one particular.
no. What my argument is, we don't necessarily need anything from the act of getting married. Men don't need that to be okay. We can be in a relationship with y'all for 10 years, never get married, and be fine with that. I don't feel like women feel like that. I feel like if you've been with a woman, like if a dude is with a woman in a relationship for like 9 years and doesn't ask to marry her, everybody in the family is whispering, why y'all not getting married? The woman gets looked at a certain
Hmm.
way. We see these women on TV all the time, and y'all be at home dogging them. That girl dumb. I would never be with no nigga that long if he wouldn't da 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 da. And that's okay for y'all feel like that. I'm not even saying that's wrong. I'm just saying most men don't need to get married to get the things that we need from a relationship. And I don't think that should be a bad thing to say, or y'all should get offended because at the end of the day, I'm married, Darius married, Rick married, almost every nigga on here is married. So at the end of the day, we married anyway. I'm just saying that I feel like marriage is just more beneficial for women because the things that you
I
need.
think then maybe the statement needs to be, instead of saying it's more beneficial, you should say it is a status that a woman might want more than a man, because saying benefits, it says that if I die, you ain't gonna get nothing. Same way if we have a insurance policy, that's just if we say when you get married. I mean, I don't know if everybody does this, but when you get married, you change insurance policies over. You make sure that this person, that way if something happens to me, that you're well taken care of. If something happens to you, I'm well taken care of. So it's something that it's like a little universal thing that we put together to make sure that everybody is taken care of. We're reaping benefits from being married. So when you put the title beneficial, it is as if you don't get something equally out of the contract of being married
But we
that a
don't.
woman does, versus saying you
But
do
we don't.
though.
We
You
don't.
get you do get benefits from being married. You get a
We,
tax credit. That's a
we
benefit
do.
from being
No.
married.
But that's what I'm saying. Y'all keep changing. I didn't say
I'm
that
saying I
men
think
don't
you
get
should
no
change the word
benefit.
from beneficial to more like a status thing. A woman wants. We're talking about it right now. Savannah's like, I can't wait to be married. But her idea as a child, as a little girl sitting here, is I see my mommy happy and my daddy happy. So that is what you, as that's what I thought of as a kid growing up. When I get married to whomever, it will be because I like them so much that I want to be around them all the time. So
No,
I
I
would say
get it, and I
maybe the
think that's
word
the
should be
main
a
one.
status. Like women want the idea of maybe, I mean, some women maybe want the idea of a big wedding or people seeing them in a certain light versus saying beneficial.
No, I get it. I would say that's the way a woman would think of it. I'm just saying I've had this exact quote from a lot of men that I know. And when I ask women, what are the benefits of a man getting married? Y'all can't tell us because, and then when y'all do say stuff,
So, what
it's
is the
things.
benefits of women getting married?
Security is the biggest thing. Physical security, financial security, emotional security.
Can I get a soda?
And I don't honestly, I don't know what the other things are, but I know it has to be beneficial
Can I
because
get a
it's a
soda, please?
requirement for most.
Can I get a soda, please?
I don't want to say good women because they're good women who are single, but
Daddy,
most
can I
women,
get the
if you're gonna be with somebody for a long time, it's a requirement
Yes,
for you.
daddy.
And I'm not saying they are there. Maybe there are men out there. I've never met a man that required a woman to marry him. I've never met a man, heard of a man, anything. So it has to be beneficial to a woman if it's a requirement. Most men don't require to get married. They'll pay your bills for you. They'll provide you security and stuff like that without being married. They'll if a dude, I'm trying not to say nigga, if a dude like you enough, he'll even play the daddy role for your kids without y'all being married. If he like you enough or love you
Mm-hmm.
enough, he'll do all that stuff for you without ever having to get married. But women require you to get married. So it's more beneficial to a woman because most women require that. You're not finna let
But
Darius just
okay, so to what you just said, you said I'm not gonna let Darius what?
do you know the percentage of divorced wives versus husbands receiving alimony? Exactly. No, but I'm saying you wouldn't let Darius lay up in your house with your kids and y'all not married and you cooking and cleaning doing all that. Not
You
for
said I would
years.
let him. I didn't hear what you said. It keep chopping up. Say it again.
I said I don't think you would let Darius lay up in your house with your kids and you cooking for him and doing all the stuff for him if y'all wasn't married. You may do it for a little bit, but you're not gonna do it for years.
We wouldn't have had all these kids. We just start there.
But that's what I'm
We wouldn't
saying.
have had all
That's
these
step
But
kids.
one.
that's what I'm saying. Like that's my
I'm just
whole point.
saying.
No,
I'm
and
not
that's
popping out
good.
no shorties for nobody who not.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all. I don't understand why how y'all disagreeing. Then y'all saying the exact thing I said at the beginning.
But
You
how is
just
that more
said.
beneficial to us?
Oh my, I don't know. One, I'm not gonna say no name, put no blast. One of my guys is right. He said no matter what we say and how we prove it, y'all gonna argue because y'all want to argue. If it's
No,
not
so I have a friend.
beneficial,
I
then
have
why
a
is it
friend
a
who
requirement?
she. I have a friend who,
Lord.
when she met her boyfriend, her
Mm-hmm.
now husband,
Mm-hmm.
he had 3 kids. He
Okay.
moved in her apartment
Mm-hmm.
and 3 kids moved in her apartment. She was playing mommy to everybody
Mm-hmm.
and was lifting him up. He ain't see himself past UPS
Mm-hmm.
before she brought all these things to the table for him to see how he could be better than what he ever aspired to be, or things that he aspired to be. He thought that he couldn't be better than that because he didn't have somebody to give that support to him. And
Mm-hmm.
Kind of
now,
like what Quincy said.
how long have you been married? Like 7 years. Now he's a lawyer. They have 2 more kids, so they had to have 5 kids. And so she brought all of this stuff to his take. He came with nothing but extra mouths to feed. And so, who did it benefit in this case?
I got
Who
you.
who was it beneficial to?
Salute to
But
that
I'm just
one
saying when you
story.
use the words, but I'm saying it's so many people out there because the people that you name are people like Beyonce, or people that's I stupid is stupid dumb. Okay, go ahead, girl. You be great with Jay-Z and you got all this money and you could do you. But obviously, whatever he brings to the table or she brings to the table, because even in the whole second album, the album they did together, he was like, "Oh, I messed up," but he knew he wanted her back. So what is that word beneficial? It's just a
Right.
word.
But
You
I'm
just
saying,
change the word
but
beneficial.
listen. Did he want marriage back or did he want her back? There's a difference. Y'all think it's the same thing. It's not. I can want Shavone because Shavone is a good woman. And if I cheat on her, I don't have to be married for that to happen. Me and Shavone could be together in a 3-year relationship, and let's say we're engaged and I cheat on her. I still want her back. I still made a mistake. I still effed up. I still want you back. What I don't need to be married for that. Is what I'm saying. So all right, let me ask you a question. Why did Darius have to bury you before you had kids?
Actually, I got pregnant before we got married with
But
Stevie.
I'm saying y'all was en route to getting married.
But he said to me, "I guess you gonna go. You gonna have to marry me now." I lived in a whole nother state. I was in college, away, living my best whole drunken life. And so so earlier, even when you were making those comments earlier, this I'm like, you guys talked about sacrifice and stuff like that, and women make a lot of sacrifices that people won't see or they don't, because everything from this perspective is going to be from your perspective because you're a man. And the same way you're bringing this conversation up today is because you want the perspective from a woman. If you want everybody to agree with you, then y'all should just have, like, y'all get your hard legs up in the chat and be like, "Oh
No,
yeah,
but
that's right, yeah,"
no.
and
But no,
and
it's
leave it
not.
alone, because I don't agree, and I don't agree solely because of the word beneficial,
No, I
because
got you.
it's making it seem as though that you don't reap the benefits, because the only thing that you can say that you think that we want is security, and you don't know if that's what women want, because Siobhan said earlier
Oh,
that
y'all
she would
see
be
that.
willing to provide other things other than financial security. She would be willing to provide that financial security. And then when she said that men need emotional stability, y'all all like y'all don't have feelings.
Right. So one,
That's their last in the
I'm not
background.
necessarily trying to be. I don't need to be right. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, I feel
Get us today.
like the example you gave. There's a whole nother man on here who me and him the last couple of weeks have been on opposite ends of the spectrum. He said, "How many examples like that are there? Like how many seriously?" Well, y'all can see the comments on there. So he disagrees with you. All I'm saying is, I feel like y'all can't keep it there. If we talking about 10 people, what women do is pull the one nigga, and y'all try to stand on that. When it's 8, like this isn't my opinion. You can look at pop culture. You can look
Like
at
I
a
said,
lot of the marriages that you've
it's a
seen.
hood rat every day.
No, it is, but what I'm saying is like if it's if 9 women are doing this, you can't take the one woman and then y'all take one woman that y'all know that did it and base y'all entire argument on that. When that's not men's reality. And I feel like men don't never we can't never be hurt in marriage. We always gotta see things how y'all see it. And then if y'all get cheated or you walk around with unhappy husbands that don't say nothing, because every time we say something, like y'all hung up on the word benefit, like it's true. And y'all keep saying it's me. It's 100 niggas in the chat that said the same thing. And y'all getting the like it's not. I keep saying it's not to be offensive. I'm telling you how men feel. I got other stuff to do. Like I didn't do this because I need to voice my opinion. I'm voicing it because 90% of the married dudes that I know that I watch on Instagram that I see, I don't call a lot of people because I don't want to get sued. Pastors that I talk to, niggas on the street that's doing street life that I talk to, this is how they feel. This is how married men feel, but y'all don't want to hear that. And that's why y'all marry certain type of people who don't have no backbone and not gonna say nothing. They gonna yes, ma'am, but then y'all come in here and say y'all want an alpha male, but you got a man on here who's saying this is how a lot of men feel. Marriage is not necessarily beneficial because y'all win if we get divorced, you win if we get married. So just like you told me that story, I'll tell you a story about a guy that I know that he got married to a woman and the woman's wife, the woman's sister died, and the woman's sister had two kids. He took the kids his own and raised them. He not getting no benefit out of that before he had his own kid. There's a one story for every extreme, but what I'm saying is I'm having a conversation. What I do during the week, I call the married men. Hey, how do you really feel that you can't say in front of your wife? I would never put the names out of who I did. A lot of them are in the chat. A lot of them aren't in the chat. A lot of them pop on and don't say nothing because they don't want to get in trouble. This is how men feel, whether y'all want to accept it or not. I'm just here to say, hey, can we try to have an open and honest conversation about how men feel and see how y'all respond? And how a lot of y'all responding are the reason men don't talk. Because y'all want us to say and think like women. We don't. Beneficial. I didn't make this word up. This is a subject that was brought to me. Three dudes that were all on the chat at some point in time said, bro, honestly, I just feel like it wasn't no point for me to get married because we was doing everything already. And now she cannot, like, she was getting it popping before we got married. Now we get married, she don't get it popping, and I can't do nothing. Like, we 2 kids in. What I'm gonna do? Because if I leave, I'm a dog nigga. I ain't never did nothing for her. I'm gonna be this and that with her family, my family, and she gonna take half my stuff because the court is already set up for me to lose, and I'm gonna have to pay child support on top of that. So you walking around with dudes. This is why we cheat. This right here is a prime example of why men cheat because we can't be honest with y'all without y'all being offended. I didn't say marriage wasn't beneficial for men. I just said it's more beneficial for women because every woman under here has said, I wouldn't have done this and this if we hadn't been married before we even got that far. Not one dude came on here and said that. Not one. Marriage is usually required. It doesn't mean a man doesn't want to get married. It just means most men, if we could have the same exact relationship without getting married, we would be cool with that. And women aren't. And y'all admitted it when y'all talk 30 times, and then at the end y'all say, "But you wrong." I'm not wrong. Y'all don't have to agree with it. That's fine. But I'm telling you how a lot of y'all husbands that I talk to and other people that I watch and just listen, that's how they feel. You ain't gotta like it. You ain't gotta agree. That's how they feel. And maybe as good as your man is, he could be a better man and the man that you want him to be if y'all gave him space to be like, you know what? I just don't think this is fair. Are women supportive? Yes. Has Shavone supported me? Yes. There was a time when I was a bum nigga and wasn't doing nothing? Yes, there was. Did Shavone pick me up and give me a reason to want to be better? Yes, she did. But I didn't need a piece of paper for her to do that. And honestly, just like y'all can find somebody else, if she didn't do it, I could have. It was plenty of girls that was motivating me to do this. The person I was with before Shavone, I won't say her name. She was a great person. It was great. Used to always do stuff and be supportive. Because I think that's in most women, especially like black women, that's in they. And no offense to nobody else, I'm only speaking about black women because that's who I know and who I grew up with. Most black women are supportive by nature. Y'all gonna pull whatever y'all can out y'all men, whether you girlfriend, they baby mama, or whatever. So it's not the wedding that did it. That's just how y'all are by nature. So I'm just saying that to say I respect y'all opinion, but I feel like y'all putting what women want on men, and we don't. Men do not need security from a woman for nothing.
What um
We
so
need
kind of
sex. We need consistent sex, and y'all don't want to do that.
so what are your last few points? Because I feel like that would probably tie into what you're saying. Maybe.
I don't. I don't. My only last point is that I just pray.
I mean your stats. That's what I was looking for.
Oh
I
my!
don't think you got through all your stats. I didn't mean like wrap it up. I meant like your.
No, I'm ready to wrap it up because this ain't going nowhere. Clear. My average. I mean, it was just that was it. When married, both men and married women live longer, but women live longer than most men. Divorce is favorable for women if you split. Everything that a man needs, he can have without being married. That's really my main point. Is that everything that a man needs from a woman he can get without being married? And I don't necessarily think that's the other way around because every woman I know tells me how she wouldn't have married a dude if he didn't do X, Y, and Z. Or they wouldn't have had this type of life if they didn't get married. And I just don't think men think like that. A man, that's why a man can have 4 different baby mamas and he still run around trying to get another girl. He not gonna marry none of them because he don't need to.
Okay.
All I'm saying.
Okay.
Dad, you gotta come back on the show.
I think you definitely need some more male representatives.
Yeah, it's quiet today, but it's cool.
You have to pre-enlist some people. I mean, we had Rick today. I was happy about that.
Yeah, I see somebody else on there told me to preach. I ain't gonna say his name, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna put it up there like that.
Oh, I saw it. I saw who said that.
Okay. But yeah, but I don't think, but honestly, I don't like there. So I'll say this: I would get more of my guys, but y'all have to leave room for guys to be honest and not punish them when they get off a line.
Okay.
Or have an attitude like, oh, that's how you really feel. You think I'm da da da. You gotta have room for men to be honest because there's not no room for us to tell the truth without there being some type of penalty or attitude or this and that. So if y'all can agree to do that, then maybe they'll come on and say something.
Okay.
But I promise you, these are literal conversations I have with them almost weekly. Married, God-loving, God-fearing men and a couple hood niggas.
Okay.
That they say. So, but I do think one thing Dad said was true. We need to have I think 1 week you should just do an all-female panel on one subject so men can sit and see how y'all think.
Listen.
And we can comment and we can just listen. That way we can call each other or make our comments down there, but we can hear what you say. And then I'll try to find some guys who will be honest both ways, not necessarily agreeing with me, but just both ways.
Right.
You can all hash it out so y'all can hear how we feel and how we think.
If the fellas need to do this to the camera with a voice changer, that's fine too.
Yeah, I know y'all be having them. My boy Darius.
If you don't want to reveal your identity, that's fine too.
I think when you have certain
just want
subjects, you don't
your
have to
opinion.
just leave it separate so we can hear it.
No, yeah, I will. No, I will. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have it. We're gonna do it separate. So Shavone and I'll talk. We'll figure out. Actually, I know the subject that I'm dying to know about. And
What's
then maybe next week
you and I will talk about it. Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Then maybe next week, if you want, y'all can do like the all girl thing, and then the following week we'll do like a all guys thing, and then y'all take notes and we'll take notes on y'all, and then the other week we can come together and just have a conversation and kind of figure it out like that. But Dad, if you got a promise to come back, I love your opinion. I like that. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it. That's right. Thug life.
Thug life. Wait a minute.
I love y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. Tell my boy Darius what up.
Girl, go to bed. Y'all be up on this. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's 10:30.
It is.
Getting art
It
supplies
is.
out like no sis. Good night.
It is. Thank y'all. Thank you, Daphne, so much. And Ashley and Rick. Thank y'all.
Rick, Darius,
and Quincy.
Yeah, I ain't thanking Quincy, but
yes, thank you, Quincy.
All the rest of y'all, thank you, Monica. Everybody, man, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.